Hello, everybody. We are live here with World's coverage, match number 4, effectively week number 4 of this condensed week-long league, live from Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire. Avon Valley Lanes versus ProsperityU. Gwenael Dugue and Matt Schultz, one in the left and right. Matt Schultz on the right, I should say. He punches out 3 more. Both of them working out of tough punch-outs here. As the 2 Canadian squads to battle. Well, close on that. We call that punch-out the half-Worcester. I know not everybody does up north. Not even close, I'd say. An 8-box, and Schultz gets his string started that way. Dugue gains for the 10. Gwenael Dugue, other Sam Dugue, the captain. ProsperityU co-captained by Chris Ryder, the singles champion, and Tommy Wood. I got some names to key into the scoreboard here. Good morning, everybody, or to wherever you may be watching in the world. And my name is Greg Gouillart. This is Candlepin Bowling Network, and alongside me is Paul Grant, who's shuffling papers as well. Getting started here in the morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you? Good evening. It feels like evening still.
Say no more. It was a long night last night, but it's great to be here all under one roof. 5 pins punched out here for Schultz.
ProsperityU 7-17 coming in, 8-16 for Avon Valley Lanes. The twin brothers, the first and fifth bowlers.
I'll punch this in here. Scoreboard just about up and running.
Matt Schultz, a 117 league bowler from Sherwood Park, Alberta. 40 years young. '18 through 2. And 18 also, I believe, for 2, also the other side.
That's right.
For Gwenael Dugue, not Gwenael.
Gwenael Dugue.
Gwenael.
Yep.
Dugue with a hyphen.
Well, you know, it's our pleasure to get, it's our responsibility and our pleasure to get it right. It is a weeks-long pronunciation lesson for us here in the States.
When you get anything like Paul Grant, too, you get spoiled.
Yeah, it's fair.
All right, second bowl is here now. Trevor Gates for Avon Valley Lanes. Ethan Deroche for ProsperityU on the right.
We'll explain format in just a moment.
We get these lineups last minute, so we're on the fly as usual.
Title block is wrong. I got to fix that. I'll get to that in just a moment. Ethan Deroche with just 2 pins remaining on the third ball. And that pin is going to roll, and that's going to be 10 for Deroche, 10 for Gates to match. Let's get that title fixed up here. And there we go. Okay, title should be fixed. You may need to refresh your screens if you want to know, but you know you're in the right place. For Avon Valley Lanes, the Duguay's house, and ProsperityU. That's a company, I forget it's a
training company.
That's right.
We'll get the information on that later on to you.
The URL is prosperitymovement.online, an unusual domain after the period, prosperitymovement.online. I guess if you were in-house and you could scan the QR code on their side of their sleeve, you'd get there as well. Tough split here for Gates. Trevor gets rid of just the corner pin. Third ball coming on up. Deroche through the gap there. And an 8 for Gates. So 3 pins the margin so far on just that third ball. Moves on down to Ryan Hogan and Bobby Kyte. Let me know if you need a hand with that, Paul.
Right there. Just shuffling papers here as we get the lineups last minute.
The turnarounds are so tight from
match to match.
Yep.
Well, a lot of times the captains want to see how
even overnight.
Methodology is the captains want to see how they're warming up. If they're throwing a good ball, if they're struggling, how the mental aspect is. So they make last-minute changes, and we want to bring it to you live.
True.
Ryan Hogan just turned 23 years young. High average of 116, currently around 108, 110 range. High tournament average ever for whole tournament, 127. So he's got game. Bobby Kyte with the Y, K-Y-T-E. Now in Calgary, Richard from Sydney has a 185 high single. He has a 129.6 average last time I covered him, 477 high triple. Has the 1479. Early in the first of three matches today. Every morning through Saturday, including the semifinals and the finals, quarterfinals Friday night. Coverage on YouTube, on Candlepin Bowling Network, on YouTube and Facebook, or Facebook, I should say. Greg Gouillart on the sounds and the technology, soothing sounds of Greg Gouillart.
That's me.
And do second string commentary as well. Quick update, Greg, as I'm getting situated here.
Taking a look here. 7 boxes aside.
That scoreboard's hard to read way back here. Good A+ accounting in Academy Lanes next match, I believe. That's going to be fun. I believe. I'm not sure that's the lineup. We'll check that in just a moment. Kyte, wobble 7, slow motion, 7, 9, 10, 2 pieces of wood.
Good hit by Kyte, trying to generate something for his team. Just carving it up there. Wood's not impossible, and I'm not sure anything's covering the 10.
Hogan a wiggle in the 9 and back, 5-1 split. See if Kyte can fly this over. No pun intended.
Same-footed bowler, Ryan Hogan. He actually made a pretty decent run in the singles competition last year when it was in Moncton's Fairlanes.
Good effort. I thought he used the wood in the middle. It was angle anyway. It was a tough piece of hit.
May have been the aim.
And look at that try.
Ooh.
Hogan flies right over the 10, would not come down for a landing. Good bid.
Both teams looking for their first mark, and Hoagie comes close.
It's early. 9 o'clock Atlantic time starts shortly after each morning. 10 o'clock Atlantic, Eastern time, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock Atlantic for those in Newfoundland. 10:30.
Bobby Kyte just picked up a 10. Keep an eye on those. We see those pins roll, and just those little bit extra could make a big difference down the line.
Ryan takes a 9.
And a 16 through 2.
No marks on the board yet. 2-pin lead for Avon Valley Lanes. The co-owners, the twin brothers, Gwenael and Sam. Fourth bowlers now. Marco Laughlin, Doug Holloway Jr. First thing covering Doug. All right, Greg, another pronunciation here for you to pronounce in a moment. As he has a 2-2 split. We'll have to get that pronunciation for he's from.
I'm trying to figure out how the S is pronounced. Hey, there's a spare.
One on the board, finally, for either side.
Marco Laughlin, 9-drop and gets it.
He's from Halifax, Nova Scotia. 116 average, 127 his best year. High-ending average. Holloway Jr. leads up to 3. And he starts up with a 9. Marks high single 184, high triple 483 out of Bayers Road, Bolorama. Started bowling when he was 2. 10-year break in between. Those bowling with his father. Going up.
Yep, we're all good.
Came second in the Worlds in the past. 11 drop, $1 for Candlepins for Cancer. That's the 4-pin or the 6-pin, $1. Hey, Ryan.
I wonder if there's an exchange rate on that one. There can be. Laughlin's got a triangle, though. Chance to go 17 and another. Oh, just wide on the triangle, though.
Good second ball.
Yeah, Holloway Jr. carving up some pins there.
He's got a birthday coming up next month. He'll be just 32 years young. The 110 average, league right now, currently 116 career high. He takes an 8. Laughlin takes a 9.
Yep.
Anchor bowlers come up now. The younger brother, right? Sam Dugue?
That's right.
Chris Ryder, who won the outstanding singles knockout. He won the semifinals by 1. A thrill with Calvin Locke right down to the last ball. Watch that thriller on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Hit subscribe free of charge. Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Over 1,400 videos in climbing, semi-pro to pro action. Chris Ryder just got the pocket, 5-1 split. Put up the stop sign, impersonated a police officer. Arrest him.
110. I know it eats away at Calvin Locke to be the bridesmaid twice, but hey, on one hand, he's made first place prize money across 2 tournaments. Secondly, it shows his ability.
And it's Brador, it's pronounced. Brador, right, Trevor?
Brador.
Brador. Big Brador, Nova Scotia, Doug Holloway. Okay, we got the pronunciation. Chris Ryder takes a 10.
Yeah, well pinned out on that split. Whoa, that pin nearly jumped the rail there.
And saying it's a ricochet shot for a 10 early in the first of 3 matches today on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Dugue crossed one border to get here, and then the pin nearly hopped another.
Chris also won the world title in 2019, has a high single of 181 when he did that during the Worlds in 2019. Currently 116 average, 121 career high. High triple 448 and estimated high five is 681. He said not 100% sure. 31 years of Candlepin bowling. And what a feeling he had winning that singles knockout. 31 years of Candlepin bowling plus. Wrapping up the first set. Updates from Greg, every 2 boxes completed after all 5 bowlers bowl. I love those cool outfits though, ProsperityU.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the greatest sartorial choices with all the eye-popping colors. I love it.
This is called the bucket shot in Canada. Oh, Canada. 4-1 split. My turn to do karaoke today, Greg. You did some songs yesterday. I do better as the morning goes along.
Does Keckler's Den here do karaoke?
Yeah, I mentioned it a couple times yesterday. Oh, I would have tried Ryder.
That's what I thought.
Can't write it down.
We've got
do 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Friday and Saturday. That's 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern time here at Leda Lane's Kegler's Den. I want to hear you do karaoke, Greg.
Someday, maybe.
Ryder with the wood, missed it. And Dugue gets an 8. Ryder gets a 9. 18 for Sam, 19 for Ryder. Top of the order. Time for an update from Greg Gouillart.
Taking a look here, you see at the 1 mark advantage for ProsperityU. Marco Laughlin putting his team on the board with that conversion. And the 7 fill is basically the main driver of score at the current moment. ProsperityU out in front. I do have the official margin at 88 to 93. Just checking in here. I show that Gwenael's 1 pin too high. Or 1 pin too low, excuse me.
So 93-91 is the official score, I believe. Is that right?
That's now out of date as we go into the second ball here.
The computer on the home screen puts the actual ball in each time, adding the total. All right, top of the order, Matt Schultz now on the right for Avon Valley Lanes. He has the 1 and the 2 spare chance. This should be easier than most, but again, it's only 51% or so. For 2 pinners and 3 pinners without wood. Stats today by Candlepin Bowling Network, and 4 in the 8 with wood in between. Is that wood getting in the way, Greg, you think?
No, if Schultz plays it on the left side, he'll have this mark.
Not sure if that goes if you cap it. It could still go if you cap it. Let's see. You want to go around it like you said.
Yeah, the red line passes in front of the 8 pin, but I'm optimistic.
Tough break.
Shows you what I know.
0 for 1.
This will be for a 10 here. Dugue gets this for 9.
28 through 3 for Dugue. 9 for Schultz. 27 through 3.
So Schultz is actually back on 25, it turns out. And there we go. Now the scores are correct. Excuse me, folks. A little embarrassed about how behind I am this morning trying to get myself up there, but it's a grind and we love it and we're doing our best for you. Half Worcester for Dugue. Gwenael. Now he had a good go at that last one and he got on the object again, but the Leda pins are stubborn. Schultz gets this to go for the 2nd mark. ProsperityU up 2 marks to none. And gains 5 pins immediately. So a big swing there, basically a double mark swing over to ProsperityU, now gaining a 3-pin pinning advantage as well. And they are off to a 10 plus a ball start for the lead. Trevor Gates and Ethan Deroche. A setback lead for Gates. Deroche, oh, hammers in there almost. Left the 7-pin. Trevor Gates of St. Croix, Nova Scotia. Ethan Deroche of St. John, New Brunswick. This right side wood gets the 5 and 4. Doesn't take it out. And Deroche misses that single. Still ProsperityU leads. A 10 for Gates and a 9 for Deroche. I took a few photos of the standings. Let me share that aloud with you folks. ProsperityU comes in 7 and 17. Paul mentioned that earlier. Avon Valley Lanes currently 8 and 16. Top of the shop right now is Academy Lanes on 20 and 4. Then A Plus Accounting and Drywall Concepts tied on 18 points. Able on 16. And Lucky Strike, Maria's Subs, and New England Flooring all tied on 12 in this division.
Hey, later on today, Greg, A Plus, our next match, this will be a good one. A Plus Accounting, 5-time world champion, Academy Lanes, 2-time world champion, next match on Candlepin Bowling Network. Later on, Maria's Subs, Avon Valley Lanes, again, I believe, if that's I'm mistaken.
Deroche runs down the 1-9, third mark. ProsperityU piling it on here. Ryan Hogan, Bobby Kyte. Hogan mixes out 6, maybe 7, just 6. Ryan Hogan out of Bears Road, Bolorama in Halifax. 5 out. We call that the Clearys, certainly in Massachusetts anyway, for Bob Cleary. Bobby Kyte, when asked about his home lanes, replies, "No, we live in a house." His try, 110. Oh, it stares back. Once again, Academy Lanes in first place, 20 points. A Plus Accounting on 18, tied with Drywall Concepts, though ahead on pinfall. A 10 box this is for Hogan, and an 8. So Hogan picks up 2. The format of the Worlds, a week-long tournament. 2 divisions of 12 teams. Each side of the house is a division. We're looking at the right side. Bob Lee has the call on the left side. Top 5 teams advance. Based on these points, 2 points per string and 2 for total. Any ties split the points. Speaking of splits, Hogan is the 2, 4, 6, 7, 10. Robert Allen Kyte, 1, 3, 5, and 8. Kyte a success in both Candlepin and 10-pin, multiple titles in each. Hogan's got to pin out this split still. Kyte's challenged him by getting some pins on the second ball, so pinning is about even right now. ProsperityU up by those 2 extra marks, so a significant advantage in this match. You want to be careful about those pins later. There's still a long way to go. Plus, if points are tied, the total pinfall tie breaks. Hogan collects maybe not the 3 he was expecting, but does anyway. He gets an 8 and has 34. Bobby does pick up 2, so 10 it is.
Greg, next match, A-plus accounting, Academy Lane, 7 championships combined. Next match on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Last match today, we saw yesterday at the end, a great match with Lucky Strike. Maria Subs returns against Able Construction. So 4 Canadian teams represented today in our 3 broadcasts on our side here in Division 2, the right room. So A-plus accounting, Academy Lane's next, separate broadcast. Then later on, Maria Subs, Able Construction. Our 3 matches today. This is our first match here.
I'm getting some reports that the other stream's not up. Let me know if those are still current, but there should have been.
They are recording because they are having trouble with Wi-Fi here.
Okay. It's possible that could just be the case
Bob
here.
is recording just in case and put them up later on.
Streaming
today.
an Ethernet cable all the way across the way is just not practical in such a crowded house like this. That's why we have to use the Wi-Fi here. And we figured out a way on this side. Hopefully Bob Lee does as well. But either way, the matches are recorded. And
Crowded House, that's a band from the 80s. Hey now. Crowded House, Don't Dream It's Over. Crowded House, that's a band in the 80s.
Oh, man. Mark O'Loughlin picking up 2 pins. He's doing quite well for himself. 7 pins in that first, 7 bonus pins, and then only 2 left standing.
I'll be back on track in just a minute here, Greg, with you.
Big Brador, Nova Scotia. I got it. For Doug Holloway.
I still like the one you say on Unbelievable Lanes. The name of the town there.
Muscatawbet Harbor.
Say it 3 times as fast as you can.
No, thank you.
I can say it 3 times as fast as you can. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Hey, Chad knows I can. I could cross the other border next way when Worlds goes across the border. I can only presume it would go to Moncton Fair Lanes again. Well, I don't believe that's. I'm not sure if that's officially been confirmed, but we'll check in on that. Holloway gets 10 on this. Pinning his O'Loughlin as best as he can here, but unfortunately this is going to go for 5, so the split foils him. Had a tough break on that first ball and then threw the second one down the curtain. So Pinning now evens out again, but the 3 mark advantage for ProsperityU you see coming up. Note the smudges between total game. That indicates that Matt Schultz and Ethan Deroche, the 1 and 2 bowlers, are on spares. Sam Dugue. Younger brother gets to be captain. Yes, I'm a younger brother myself. Chris Ryder, Mr. Singles himself, crushes 9. You can see how he succeeded.
You're not a twin brother, though, are you?
Alas. Well, that would be interesting. I'm not sure.
5 years apart, twins.
I have 1 older sister, and that is plenty for me. Thank you. Love you, Emily.
That's a pretty name.
Ooh, look out. Ryder didn't want that second ball there.
Well, if you missed that singles knockout, a must-see match on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube with Calvin Locke. That was a one for the ages.
Yeah, that video got fragmented up, we regret, but Nico Pujar has put up a special edit of that. He does pick up 3 pins in the process, by the way. And we got a special edit, and then I've marked the live footage as the final rounds of the singles, though we do look forward to recording all that in better quality. So glad we finally found a solution where you find folks are not getting ejected every few minutes or so. That pained me to do, and I'm so glad that we've at least gotten rid of that streaming bugaboo. Dugue gets rid of 4 here. Ryder washes out 7, 1-3-7. Only the first head pin he's missed this string. Sam rips away the 8 pin, has 5 standing for the 3rd ball. Possibility this could go for Ryder. I think that high cap could be railing the 1 pin in. Gets away to the right, unfortunately. Dugue pins out for 9. Isn't it funny how the instant I mention how great the stream's going, it hangs up a little bit? Just my luck. I still don't believe in jinxes, but alas. There we are. And you see 171 to 180, 180, excuse me. We'll check in Looks like Ryder's currently on 36. I'll make sure that that stays the case. Nope, it is 37. We have a score confirmation, 171 to 181. 2 extra marks for ProsperityU. You see Matt Schultz standing up there. And with his 3 mark to none advantage overall in the match, I think Schultz is going to put his team way out in front. He hits the head pin and gets 6. Gwenael Dugue, 1-3, 7-8-10. There goes the 3. Gwenael, a very handy man, owner of Avon Valley Lanes, and a farmer as well. 257. Schultz will take an 8 out of that, get rid of that smudge there. And a 9 for Gwenael, gaining 1 pin. This is Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire, a 36-lane bowling facility. Leda's Lighthouse was a former part of it, but now they focused all their attention on making this. A lot of great action here. We do have another rig going. It may not be streaming up and running, but we do have coverage of the other division in progress. And a lot of other great streamers as well. I know Tony the Magic Man was here earlier. I'm not sure who's streaming at the current moment, but we'll check in as soon as we can. Six pins and 8.
4. ProsperityU has the lead.
Yep, should be 22 pins, yes.
Take the smudge off there now. Yep, 22
yes.
pin lead for ProsperityU. 7-17, 8-16 Avon Valley Lanes. What a shot, he got it. Back to back. 51 of the ball through 5. Here comes Ethan. All fired up.
Yeah, back to back. ProsperityU piling it on in this first string.
Trevor Gates trying to work out of this. 2-5. Corner post. And he slides only 1 down for a 7. 4-4-4, 44 through 4 in the first of 3.
So ProsperityU taking a, oh, hang on a sec. ProsperityU, there we go. Now I actually sound like something.
That sounds good.
ProsperityU taking a 5-pin advantage in the pinning.
Ethan on a roll in lane 32. Fires away. Too far left this time. Drops another one. And just 3 it looks like. Spare 7, spare 3, 54 half.
Oh, hello.
Strike! Trevor, a strike. 54 plus, and what a shot for 3 in a row for Deroche. The hard way. 64 in the ball through 6.
3 straight marks.
Trevor, 54 plus 2 at the half.
Hopefully I kept your sheets in order. I tried not to mess it up too much.
Okay.
I don't think I read too much of the copy as well. So
Okay.
I would read more of the copy, and I didn't want to step on your doing of it.
Oh, that's fine. You're welcome to do anything. We're a team. All right.
Okay. Hello, everyone out there. I think we finally
Robert Allen
reconnected.
Kyte. Bobby Kyte goes by. He gets the 4-7-8. Ethan Deroche, go up there and throw this ball for him. Ryan Hogan, the same foot, same hand, 4-8, spare chance. Wood in front.
Oh.
Ooh, that doesn't help. Great kept making the shot. Just 34 through 4. Kyte 35 through 4.
Ryan certainly doesn't need it. It's blocking the pocket.
Kyte, he got it! Ethan 2.0, spare. Ethan did not disguise himself as Bobby Kyte that time, by the way, for that spare. Just saying. Nice shot. 2 tough ones. That's how you do it. Fight, fight, fight.
Did I miss a reference?
No, because Ethan just got that same shot for a spare a moment ago. So I said, Ethan, go up and throw that ball.
Oh, I understand.
And Hogan, a 10. 44 half. Kyte, 45 in a ball. ProsperityU.
Yep, 28
Looking
pins.
for the W.
28 pins and an extra mark.
2 spares to 1 strike. 1 here. for Mr. Kyte. 185 high single, high triple, 477. And a half West Ryder. Hate that shot. 2 fill. The optimist would say 12 beats a 10, 47 half. Hoagie 1-3, wiggling 8 and back. Makeable chance.
Yeah, you hit that 2-pinner. Hopefully that plank spins into the 8 and collects it.
Ryan's got a high single of 176, high triple 430, a high 5 of 643. Kyte leads up the 1-6-10. Go for the short 2 in this situation. Hogan missed number 1. Ryan out of Bears Road, Bolorama in Halifax, Nova Scotia. 24 lanes there. Bowling since 2010. And interesting how he got started. We'll talk about that next time it comes up. Bobby Kyte a 9, Ryan Hogan an 8. Quick update from Greg Gouillart.
24 lanes at Bears Road, Bolorama. Technically enough for the Worlds, but you have to have a breakdown pair as well. Plus, I have not visited the space and don't know if it's big enough, but it'd be great to have more Canadian centers in the mix, that's for sure. I know Kingswood Bowling Center, we were talking about it with chat last time as well, and I know that Kingswood's condition is not quite Worlds ready at the moment, but they've been a great host before. Maybe, this is completely idealistic thinking, I realize, maybe, just maybe, they could get back up there. They have a lot of functions there as well, so Kingswood is very much scattered, I would say, as well. Not scattered, just a lot of aspects of moving parts of their business.
Doug Holloway, Mark O'Loughlin. Holloway Jr., I should say. 34 through 4. O'Loughlin 40 through 4. 4 Horsemen of Post. 4-7-10 for Holloway. Holloway's got a 174 high single, high triple 424 with the high 5 of 706. Chopping right is O'Loughlin for an 848 half. Holloway Jr. an 842 half. Slow start. Substitution policy, Greg, real quick if you don't mind.
Substitutions can be made before the halfway point and not on a mark. By the way, Doug Holloway Jr. comes into today with a 109 average. Mark O'Loughlin checking here. Comes in with a 108 average for the tournament so far in the first 3 matches. 3 matches every day.
Left-hander. Another 4 Horsemen of Post.
Oh.
Holloway wiggling 4, wants to fall. Well, not by decent wood to go into that.
Those pins
right.
behaved funny. That could have been a lot worse. But
That's the 9. I can't see it back here. That's the 9. 4 and the 9.
The 4 and the 9, yep. I don't think the red line's quite looking at it, but this should be makeable.
Inside. Can he kick it over? He does! Perfectly placed spare. Doug Holloway Jr. 52 to ball through 6.
Now O'Loughlin to protect against the double mark swing. Don't want to give away all 5 pins here.
2 Canadian teams side by side. O'Loughlin chops the head pin for a tough 6.
That's harsh.
54 through 6. It can be a cruel game. And Avon Valley Lanes leads 2 marks to 1, but down 27 in the first of 3 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Let's pause. 15.4 seconds for station identification from Greg Gouillart.
The random number generator had some lag, didn't it? This is Candlepin Bowling Network. We're live on YouTube, thank goodness. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. If you have the chance, please like the video by hitting that thumbs up button and by hitting the subscribe button as well. So many subscribers this week. You folks are amazing. It's why the international power of the sport gives me a lot of hope for the future. We're almost at 2,500 subscribers, 2,500. Please become one of them today. It's free,
3,500, right?
And thank you.
3,500.
I never used to refer to the subscription as free. I thought like everyone on YouTube knew that, but now I can't help myself.
Okay. Ryder has the 7-8, so he can use that wood. Half west to left for Dugue. Sam Dugue. Anchor ball is up now.
Got a 9 drop. If you need to go do something, Paul, that's fine. Pins chopped out. Ryder takes a 9 box. Jan mark there. Now that does gain 5. So now a 32 pin advantage for ProsperityU. Sam has stepped down. We have a substitution. I need to identify this bowler. Lickety split. Donnie Cox now substituting in. You see the Leafs here for the second ball. Chris Ryder, the 5 and 7 split. Just to the right of it. Cox runs down 5 of them. We've seen a few good bounce back spares, especially from the ProsperityU side. Not to be here. And Mr. Singles Champion takes a 9. Donnie takes a 10. Get that name fixed in there. So there we go. All the bowlers are now confirmed at this point. I do not believe I've missed any substitutions. And here you see it, 288 to 257. 2 marks hanging for Avon Valley. Trevor Gates and Doug Holloway Jr. on the board. We've seen doubles are possible here. Gwenael, one of his best head pin hit, a 4 and 7. 2 and 4. Schultz with a chance as well, especially if this plank flattens, although it doesn't. Possible good news for Avon Valley. Gwenael shades this one to the right, missed opportunity. Can Schultz take advantage? Spins the wood, but the angle was bad and does not work out. Dugue takes 9. And 10 for Schultz. One of the things I remember, a lot of centers have a pool similar to this, where if you get marks in certain frames, you get a cash pot. It's one of the many side bets or side pools that bowlers have. Moncton Fairlanes has one called Pork Chop Pete's pool for Peter Wood out of Fairlanes in Moncton, New Brunswick, and he bowled with ProsperityU last year. Gwenael has a cluster of 5. Schultz runs down 9. Chance here against this 4-pin. Got foiled by the wood last time. This time it's a guide. And Schultz has his second mark. Dugue pins out for 10. Honestly, quite fine pinning by Dugue. He had that 1-5 box, but then made up for quite a few good 10s as well. Keeping this pinning close, only 7 to ProsperityU. Hi, Paul.
Sorry, I had to relocate my cancer shirts, hats, and new towels Ken Baker makes. So they're right next to us now, so much easier for us now to deal with. All right. Back to you, Greg, for now, until we get caught up here.
Yeah. Ange Paquette brings up an interesting point here. That's a spilled head pin for Deroche. Big time result. 19 box. He's on a strike here. He throws second in this case. That's allowed. Deroche 9-drop and another. He's actually going to go back into flow here and allow Trevor to throw his second ball. Cluster of 5 and 1. You see the 9-pin tucked by there and the 5-pin awkwardly sandwiched between them. I said Ange Paquette's name and then I didn't get around to it. Bayers Road, 12 wood lanes and 12 synthetic lanes. A half and half house. That would be a very interesting dynamic to have literally the draw decided on which material you bowl on. Deroche's 4 straight marks. Gates strike fill was 5, and now it becomes 7 on the box for 66. That should be. $65, excuse me. Scores are confirmed. 40-pin advantage for ProsperityU. Gates gets rid of 3. Deroche again. Chance to go 5 straight marks. Gates is going to spill this 7-pin, I think. Nope. Fortunately, the corner pin doesn't get hit hard enough by the cap of that wood. Can Deroche go 5 in a row? Fills a 7-3, 9-9, and he's got a 5th straight. Ethan Deroche rapidly becoming the star of this first string. 102 plus through 8. Trevor Gates a 9. So 50-pin advantage for ProsperityU. A good pro score in this game, 120. Deroche well on track for that. And now down to Ryan Hogan and Bobby Kyte staying in.
You just went from a bigger table to a smaller table, that's the only thing. See what I can do. I'm not
9 marks to 2 in favor of ProsperityU. Also a dozen pins in Prosperity's favor. Hogan's got the outpost, and then 2 more fall, the 1, 2, and 10. Kyte gets rid of 4. So there was a big merch relocation. Paul had to move the Candlepins for Cancer merch, make sure he got out of the way there. That was quite the operation. That's why he's been a little off radio for the time being. Hogan's spare try doesn't work out. Kyte's got a cluster of 5. Can't bounce back for the spare. Paul, we had a big logistical move there of the Candlepins for Cancer merch.
Yeah, right next to me. It's much easier to sell now. They need more room for the drinks and stuff, which is fine. Hey, we got to talk about the Mariners baseball team. The intermediate baseball team is watching here on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Hello, Team Mariners. Hope you're doing okay out there. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button while you're there, free of charge. Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Over 1,400 videos, semi-pro to pro action. Something for everyone, free of charge. Please subscribe to Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube in high definition.
Please, please.
And please get a grand slam.
Hogan gets rid of 2. Kyte, big hit, 2-4-7, and Wood sits right in front. His best look of the string. Hogan the 1, 5, 6, and 10.
Okay, Greg, I promise to be back with you now the rest of the string, I think.
You might keep that promise. There's a lot of moving parts here. I mean,
I like moving around. It keeps me awake.
we got the steady cam here, but there's a flurry of activity around, as is quintessentially Worlds. So many bowlers all here under one roof.
Just want to say it's always a pleasure to work with you, Greg. You're just a class act, great guy. I love the soothing sounds of Greg Gouillart, too, by the way.
Especially early in the morning here.
You sound a lot better than yesterday morning.
Can't say that's fully the case. I've come down with a bit of a bug, actually. I'm not sure if it's evident, but.
That's because I bug you too much. Boom.
I'm not eating bugs, that's for sure.
Oh, really? Gross. These reality shows eating bugs. That's not reality shows. Give me a break. It's like Survivor shows. Let's eat bugs. Give me a break.
Yeah, the bugs are real.
Just saying. Doug Holloway Jr. is on a spare, 52 in a ball. Mark O'Loughlin, 54 through 6. 52 in a ball through 6, I should say, for Holloway Jr.
54 pins. The margin continues to grow for Prosperity.
5 fill, 57 through 6. O'Loughlin, look at this split. 3-2-1.
Yeah.
1 and 5 chance, miss number 1. Oh, what a try that was. Almost got to the 6, not quite. How's the coffee here, by the way? I don't drink coffee. Do you want to see me on coffee?
I like it.
Ugh, can't stand coffee. You know, you make the Dunkaccino at Dunkin' Donuts half and half. It tastes like hot chocolate. You get the caffeine effect. Now they make it like 90% tanny. It still tastes like coffee. Gross.
Listen, I don't like dares. I don't want to make you unhealthy or something, but maybe one time, folks, can we handle one Paul Grant call on a caffeine? I think that'd be a ton of fun.
Boy, be careful what you wish for. A pair of knives.
Just one time. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Listen, dude.
I'm going to get loopier and loopier as the day goes on. Wait till Saturday.
And we are here all week long. 3 matches every day. You're here at the start of it, 9 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Atlantic. We got a lane breakdown. I can filibuster all I want.
2 on Saturday, the semifinals and finals, quarterfinals Friday night. Don't talk about filibusters, please.
Holloway perfectly allowed to go ahead.
We'll pack enough information here as it is.
Yeah, I bet no more information overload after last night. Now O'Loughlin. 4 pins make that 5. A 1, 2, 4, 6, 10. Three matches every day. Late Friday and all day Saturday are the playoffs, featuring the top 5 bowlers of each division. You see the right division, or Division 2, I guess it's called here, and Division 1 over on the lower number lanes. The divisions do not mix until the World's Final at the very end.
And Mike Prado, Jordan Britton will join us on Candlepin Corner for possibly one of the 2 semifinals and the finals, joining with us. Candlepin Corner and YouTube, free to subscribe with Candlepin Bowling Network combined together. That's the plan, at least.
If you're not Candlepin contented out right now, you've got to check this out at some point. Candlepin Corner, a great production of, Corey Alisi and Jordan Britton founded it, and then Micah Imperato and many other characters as well. Many in front and behind the scenes. Chris Waterman does a lot of commentary as well, and I'm definitely missing credits.
They do the Leda Lane skins here. They're in season 2 right now.
You see the bandit right there.
Corey and Jordan used to do the very occasional, very occasional podcast. They're not doing it anymore. Bring back the podcast.
Okay. Am I missing anyone? Greg Valenti. He's on that crew as well.
Yep,
Anyway.
Greg Valenti is, yep. All right, let's get back to the live action here.
Yeah,
Chris Ryder on the left.
Donnie Cox is substituted in. Sam Dugue pulled himself out for frame 5, trying to get something going for his team. Ryder the 2-4. Cox off target, so Ryder a chance to get his first mark. He's been pinning well. Ryder's got nothing below 9. Now a chance to tack on a spare. Just missed the 2-pin, though.
Donnie Cox last September. This past September just hit 62 years young. He's still on a pretty high level. 117 average, 118 career high.
Nice.
He has a high single of 180, high triple of 452 with a high 5 of 696. His friends got involved. Enjoys playing in the Worlds. And his favorite bowling moment, I like this one, is watching his son get his 508 triple. That's pretty good, 508.
Three pins out for Donnie.
In the anchor spot with Chris Ryder. And Ryder wants the 7 to fall. It won't go.
Ryder has a 112 average from the action yesterday through the first 3 matches.
Nice off of Donnie, 10. Off the bench, 64.
No, that's a spare.
Oh, it's a spare. Okay, I couldn't see it.
That's a bounce-back spare.
Okay, I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I can't see a thing over here. I have to look at the monitor.
Yeah, now Ryder's got to get the single to match, and he's deflected off the wood.
Tough break for the singles knockout champion.
So again, Ryder will have to content himself with truly good pinning here, nothing below 9. And this one, in fact, 10. So we take a look here, going back to the top of the order, 350 to 401. Come on, stream, cooperate with me. Thank you very much, I think. And we see it here, 401 to 350. Note the hanging marks. You can see the smudges between total and game as well. Schultz and Deroche, this sounds familiar. ProsperityU and Ethan Deroche and Matt Schultz, I beg your pardon. Both sitting on marks. Donnie Cox as well, so a good substitution seemingly for Avon Valley.
Schultz just 4 in the spare, 83 through 8.
I'm going to commit to reading off averages as well. I want to make sure. Second ball coming up. Schultz, ooh, the 10 pin's wiggling and does not drop. Gwenael trying to pin out. Schultz, I can't find his average quickly in this case. Gwenael and a 103 average from yesterday. A 10 box there. That's a gainer of 4 for Schultz.
Schultz on lane 32. Dugue on lane 31 here at Leda Lanes, Nashua, New Hampshire, home of the Easter Classic, April 20th, 2025. Greg, all there. All 20 strings. I'll be joining him at nighttime. Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube.
I am going to make a confession. I am not 100% certain I'll be able to make this Easter, but I will see if I can go for some part of it.
That's a long day, 20 strings.
And I will be outright honest. My family wants to see me for Easter every now and again, you know, but...
Hey, family first. Can't blame you there.
But maybe there'll be some arrangement where we can go one half or another. Let's see.
Lead up bowl is here now. Late in the first.
A 10 for Schultz and a 9 for Dugue. Excuse me. Why am I doing your job?
That's okay. We're a team. ProsperityU has led most of the way. They're up right now 60, a commanding lead. Looking good for the first 2 points. 2 points for a win, 1 for a tie, 2 for total. 8 points per match. No overtime until the playoffs. It'll be a one-string rollout if that happens, till someone wins. At least for the first string. Ethan Deroche, he's got what, 3 in a row now, Greg, still? Is it 3 in a row, 4 to 5?
Score's confirmed, by the way. Yeah, Ethan Deroche on a 5-bagger. Oh, that's a rude. He's been going so good here. Now drills the head pin and gets a spread eagle.
106 through 8. Trevor Gates and a mark earlier. That's 74 through 8 now, only 4.
A spread eagle production, if you will.
That was original name, Spread Eagle Productions, now Candlepin Bowling Network. Oh, what a try that was. I think Candlepin Bowling Network just sums up perfectly. What's Spread Eagle? What's Candlepin? What's Candlepin Streaming Network? Candlepin Bowling Network says it all.
As advertised, though, I do love the one time Drew Steele did duckpin bowling, just as a one-off. We could feature every other bowling format at least once, I think. I think the one I understand the least is Texas 9-pin. I get that you're supposed to leave up that center red pin, but the scoring from there, apparently you're allowed to just send another bowler up to shoot your spare for you. That boggles my mind, but I'm fascinated.
Deroche 10, Gates and 8. I never played the game Boggle, did you?
Boggle's a good word.
Boggled my mind.
Shaking those cubes is addicting, I tell you. Now they do it so you don't even have a risk of spilling them. It just contains it in the unit.
I grew up playing Yahtzee.
Ooh.
Deroche off to the right, just 3 rather, 5-2 split. Avon Violence trying to keep the total somewhat manageable.
Yeah, especially after Deroche throws a large straight 5
There's
in
a
a
strike.
row.
That's a second strike, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
92 plus 2 in the 10th.
Trevor Gates, in fact, the only 2 strikes, him alone among all these bowlers.
This is one sport. This is one time you want to go on strike. He's holding up more money. Ethan trying to pin out at 126.
I remember Mike Machichi had a funny meme about that when one of the bowlers was actually in a teachers union and went on strike. And it's when the only strike you get is in a bowling alley.
124. Excellent start for Ethan Deroche.
Fantastic. Gates now throwing 2 balls to complete the strike.
How about a double strike here, or a triple strike for Trevor? That looks good. He gets 9. Just missed the 6 for a double.
Man.
Trying to get to 102.
What a time that would have been for a 3rd strike.
Averaging 110 right now. Career high 114 from St. Croix, Nova Scotia. He's 57 years young. 10 on the fill. 102. Opening string. Spare on strike. Good finish.
So trying to carve into that, so the lead has ballooned up to 50s. It's going to go back to 40, so this is a significant victory seemingly for ProsperityU, but still some boxes remaining. We've seen it in past matches as well, where you get those marks late, and it does generate some momentum going into next. Let alone Maria Stubbs swiping that one string away from Lucky Strike. That was a crazy momentum turn in that match, and part of their 6-2 victory.
Bobby Kyte 6, 1-3, left side 4-7.
Remember, 2 match points per string and 2 per total, 8 points in all. Those points determine the standings. Pinfall tie breaks.
Hogan drops 9. He's got the king pin, the 5. For the ladies, it's the queen pin. If there's a king, there's a queen.
And an all valuable first round bye if you're the top of your division. Each side of the house, that is.
Just missed by a smidge. Kyte missed number 1. Thought he had it. Hoagie for spare. Missed it. Kyte, nice out, 9. 83 through 9. Ryan trying to get to 76 through 9. Tough string.
And gets that 10.
76 through 9. So Ryan Hogan came in from school one day. There was a pamphlet about a youth bowling league. He went to try it out in 2010. Bowling ever since.
Very tough string for Ryan Hogan. He inherits a 118 average, having bowled all the strings yesterday.
He's got quite a few titles in his short career. Over that later on. Bobby Kyte goes left and gets the half west left, the 2 and the 8. That's a 1 in 5 chance to convert without wood for Class A bowlers. All stats provided by Candlepin Bowling Network.
Bobby Kyte rolled a match's worth of strings, 102 average yesterday.
Hogan slightly better, takes 3. Got the 2, 8, and the 4 to go down. Which one do you like better?
Well, I'll take the pins however I could get them. That's just me.
And too accurate, so I hate that shot. He said right in the middle, or you go in the bunny hole. Hogan trying to work out this one and gave it a ride. He's at the 5 and the 7.
Hogan's delivery is very interesting because it's a very cross-lane delivery despite the fact he stands in the middle of the approach. It's not only a same-footed approach, but really bends down to get to the corner. Kind of much more conventional, straightforward approach, as you see.
Bobby Kyte also a 5-pin bowler as well. Multiple titles in both Candlepin and 5-pin. He takes a 7, disappointing 90 opening string. We'll see some lineup changes, I'm sure, next time. Hogan 8 and a very rare, extremely rare 84 first string, brutal.
Did I misread that as end pin? I'm sorry.
Four boxes in this set.
Canadian 5-pin, arguably, there's less randomness in the game. I think I know all the leaves offhand. Hope nobody leaves the aces today. I will also call leaves a chop-off if someone just shaves off the 4 horsemen off a rack.
A Laughlin in parallel time. Doc Shadows referenced that great TV show in the late 60s, early 70s. What a great show that was. Went home from school to watch it. Afternoon show. Gothic.
You will single-handedly bring it back at this rate.
Oh, it's a great show. It's live on tape. It was all like Broadway actors and actresses. It was really good. See all the mistakes like we do. It's all live on tape. With the wood, he won't get it. Holloway Jr. Tough leave here, the 3 and the 7.
Laughlin inheriting a 108 average from yesterday, or with a 108 average from yesterday.
Left-hander missed for 9. Laughlin 81 through 9. 8 for Holloway Jr., just 83 through 9. Low scoring string. The lead is in ProsperityU's favor. They'll go ahead in the standings if this holds up after one string.
It's tough when the marks just aren't there and you have to fight for all the pins here, of course. Every mark becomes that much more significant, as ProsperityU can tell you. But in addition to the 5 marks, they've gained 22 pins in pinning.
Bombs away, baby. Strike for Holloway Jr. 93 plus 2 in the 10th.
So you get that strike late and momentum can turn. That's now 3 strikes for the side of Avon Valley. Nearly 4 had Trevor Gates doubled that.
Often trying to pick it off. What a try up the wall. Can't quite. Gets the 8. Hit it, but it won't fall.
That's 4.5, but we have to round down.
I think if it's 4.5 like in fraction, you should round up the nearest dollar like they do, you know. You should make it
No. You get truncated, scrub. We don't do commercial rounding here.
Just saying, you know.
Ball escapes out, hangs up in the hand there. That'll be 9 and a 90.
The fraction tournament on Candlepin Bowling Network. Tough start. 90 string, 93 plus 2 for Holloway Jr.
I mean, I like my irrational fractions. The most irrational decimals, I'll be honest, the way we express ball weights. When we say a 2.7 pound bowling ball, we mean 2 pounds and 7 ounces, the maximum allowed for those of you newer to the sport.
For a double strike! Almost! Tapped the 6, that close. Almost like Trevor's shot.
Just can't get that double in the 10th, huh? Pins weigh 2.5 pounds, and by that I mean 2 pounds 8, I suppose. And the balls weigh just a few ounces less, if even.
Doinks the wood for 9. Not the best string, but nice finish. A 19 box, 102 opening string for Holloway Jr.
.438 to 481. So the deficit coming down, and now Donnie Cox has the ability to shave into this further. So
it was in the 60s at one point. Now it's in the 40s.
So Avon Valley with those late strikes fending off, especially that Ethan Deroche. I was calling it, I don't know if you missed it, I called it a large straight, 5 in a row.
No, I wasn't there, yeah. That's like Yahtzee. First strike. Look better than that. Wobbling 9.
Get over
trying to
9.
fall.
Are you serious?
Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
Do you know who that is? Singles champion.
No wood, no luck, my goodness. 4-2 split for Donnie Cox. This will be something.
Put some respect on the name. Chris Ryder, 8 headpins out of 9, by the way.
For an improbable spare. Oh, the ball came right by. 1-8, 6-10 right for Cox. This really goes. Two strings after this, 2 more matches. The next match today, Dandy coming up next.
9-box Ryder and good out. Holloway Jr. escapes for 9.
A+ accounting, Academy Lanes, the next match today. That will be quite something.
Reminder of the standings as we have it here. Academy Lanes in front with 20 points. The points we're playing for here, 2 per string, 2 for total. Academy Lanes in front with 20, the 2022 champions. Last year's champion A+ accounting with 18 points and a pinfall edge over Drywall Concepts on 18 points. Able on 16, and Lucky Strike, Maria's Subs, and New England Flooring all on 12.
Chris Ryder and Lemon drop $1 for Candlepin for Cancer.
Hey, Tommy, lemon drop yours is
Well, Chris Ryder can afford it. $2,500 US to the winner of that tournament.
$2,499 at the lemon drop. Optional donation to Candlepins for Cancer, a 501c3 charity. Donations via Venmo, Candlepins number 4 at cancer.com. Also, sign up for upcoming roll-offs. You can send a check also. The website, Candlepins4cancer.com, has the address. 8 for Chris, tough string, 91. And Donnie Cox in relief off the bench combines with 86 with Sam Dugue.
Just checking in here. So I had it down as 498 to 460.
They have 497, so we're up by 1. We'll check that real quick.
Okay. Then I guess Chris Ryder's back on 90. And we'll get set for string number 2. Yep. Got that now. And there you see, there's the official scores, folks. You see them there. 497 to 460. Some substitutions being made. We'll check in here. And second string of 3 in just a moment. ProsperityU winning the first 2 match points. Stand by. It usually takes a bit of transition time, but we'll be right back with you. I'll just keep it on the air, I suppose. How are you all doing out there? This is Candlepin Bowling Network. My name is Greg Gouillart, alongside Paul Grant on the call as ever. Greatly appreciate all your support. Already crossing 200 in the early morning. I guess you folks really like bowling, don't you? What an incredible community we have here. Whether you're a longtime bowler or new spectator to the game, welcome all of you. Great to have you all under one, in this case, virtual roof. Sure, Leda Lanes is a big center, but you do not all fit. And we're glad to be able to give you this perch basically above the lanes here, this aerial view, and present that for you. action underway. I see Joe Markey's name lit up there. I'm going to go with that until further notice. Matt Schultz staying in. He's trying to pin out a split.
We get a bunch of lineup changes here, Greg. We'll put in your screen here. Joe Markey is leading off on the right for Avon Valley Lanes. Followed by Trevor Gates, bowling second.
That stays put.
Doug Holloway Jr. will bat third, you could say, bowl third.
Stand by, $7 for yep, Joe Markey. I'll mark that in, as it were. So
Joe Markey, Trevor Gates.
Yep.
Doug Holloway Jr. in the fourth spot, in the cleanup spot. Sam Dugue back at cleanup spot, the fifth spot. On the other side of the ledger, Matt Schultz will leading off now. Ethan Deroche bowls second. Tommy Wood, the captain, third. Sterling.
Co-captain.
Yeah, your co-captain. Sterling, Sterling, Trites, Trites, bowls fourth.
Markey gets a spare. Good start to his string.
And Chris Ryder will stay in the fifth spot.
Get a 9 for Schultz. And I just want to confirm one more time. Schultz, DeRoche, Wood. The fourth spot is
Sterling Trites.
Sterling Trites now on fourth, and
Chris Ryder stays in fifth.
All right, I believe I've got all that.
All right, thank you, Greg. Great job.
Let's pull the scoreboard up here.
And Greg has the play-by-play for the entire string, if you like.
If you don't mind sticking around just a little bit longer.
I'm going to stick around. I'm with you all the way.
Trevor Gates, Ethan Deroche on the left. Half Worcester, we call that punch out. Hey, a six-pack.
Check his ID. It's early.
Yeah. I don't know what the liquor laws are around here, but
I don't drink. I had a good chocolate milk last night. I haven't had chocolate milk in a long time. It's a man's drink. Puts hair in your chest.
it was on a whim. You messed up the tab. They had to add it into the computer and everything. So usually when you do it at most restaurants, they come by and actually, make sure the technical system works.
That chocolate milk put over Bob Lee's credit card limit. Took 7 tries to go through. All right, each of the 9 blocks there as we're getting situated here on the fly. Let's pause station identification. Let's go 8.9 seconds from Greg Gouillart.
This is Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube, sometimes on Facebook as well. Great to have you all along. I think that's 8 seconds.
It was 9.3.
Okay.
We'll put the time on later on. We'll do like soccer, untimed. What's it, untimed?
Got the live stopwatch or something.
Really?
Oh, boy.
I'm going to bring a stopwatch next on my phone. Put the stopwatch, time you. See if you underbid or overbid. You lose both showcases if you overbid.
Oh.
Price is right.
Yeah. You make Drew Carey a sad panda when you do that. What a bid on this one. Both front pins go.
You can't beat Bob Barker, though.
I'll have you know that Ethan Deroche put one heck of a bid. We have a player.
Bob Barker and Johnny Olson. Come on down.
Also a match game. That was fun.
Gene Rayburn.
$9 at 10. Match game was called Blankety Blank. I don't think
it was awesome. Had Hollywood actors and actresses that show.
Canada has a version of Family Feud that Steve Harvey doesn't host for a change. I know that much.
All right, back to live action. With
this will be Doug Holloway Jr.
Yeah. Tommy Wood. Beautiful ball for a strike 9. His intermediate baseball team, the Mariners, watching. He's the coach. Hello, Mariner team. Again, I'm requesting a grand slam today. And not a Denny's grand slam, that restaurant chain if you have up in Canada.
Fair try.
Won't go.
I believe Tommy and Peter are related, but I'm not certain, I confess.
Yes, they are.
$9 for Wood. Even Stevens in the early going, 45-45. Yep, they are brothers. The Wood brothers. Tommy and Peter. Tommy, you see out there. Doug Holloway Jr., the 1, 2, 8, and 10. Wood seems to connect it all, I have to say, unless the head pin gets deflected away by that front wood. Strike! Oh, baby, Tommy Wood. In the string, making a statement. 19 plus 2. And a spare. Nice bounce back ball. Holloway Jr., so the leave was wired after all. 20 and a ball. Greg Gouillart alongside Paul Grant. Sterling trites in. You see the handshake with Donnie Cox.
Sonia Rossi's here in attendance. I didn't even recognize her if she changed her hair. I just like.
No kidding.
I didn't. I mean, I'm sleep deprived, but it's like
I wonder
I didn't even recognize her.
Wonder if I'll recognize. Pity we can't go to the women's tournament as well. Maybe.
Could be a singing moment too, but I just lack of sleep too, and the hairstyle change throws me off. How about Joey Lister shaved his long hair? I recognized him, but it was totally different.
At some point, I do want to commit to going to one of the women's international tournament, this being the men's international tournament in front of us, obviously.
Candlepin Kansas sponsoring $1,000 next year again.
Nice. Unless a female commentator wants to go instead, of course.
Yeah, we love 3 people.
Yeah. Maybe the more the merrier, but actually, yeah, I probably would be unlikely squeezed out. Hey, spare on strike.
Because a lot of matches, 3 days, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. Singles Friday and teams that's Saturday and Sunday, first weekend of August.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the location's been named yet.
So actually, I'll rescind that slightly. I will go to a women's international period. I regret it's not this year, but
I'm going to hold you to that, especially after I pass on.
I note all you do to promote both sides as well. I'm trying to do that with the Pro Series as well. Sam Dugue back in the anchor spot. 1, 2, 7, 8, 10. And Chris Ryder. Off string previously, he's got the 4 horsemen. Excuse me. Ooh, Sam. Tough go of it there. Can Ryder run down the horsemen? Oh, just 3 of them. I remember Kevin Burns mentioning it frequently. Just punching out 3 of 4. There's 10. And a 9 box. Dugue picking up a pin. Pinning is 21 in favor of ProsperityU. That's more than half of their current advantage in the match right. No, excuse me, 21 pins. That's not more than half, but it's almost half. So you want to pay attention to that third ball as well. You see how difficult this game becomes when you have to throw 3 balls at a time. It may not be the most glamorous part of the sport, but it is a very essential blue-collar part of it, and that's why we love it so much. Triangle number 3, as I call it, 3, 5, and 6. For Sam Dugue, who I really need to put that initial on, he only gets 2 pins. Tough luck there. Ryder. Again, only running down some of those horsemen in effect. Sam gets a 10. 3 matches all day today. Ran at a pretty good pace. There was a minimal delay to start yesterday, and today I bet the pacing might be even better, I would say. Ryder takes a 9 on this one, back-to-back 9s. We'll take a look here. At the top of the order. 92 to 102. I'll just check in here. I see Ryder on 17, but that may adjust if you don't mind keeping an eye to see if the green blotch appears up there. Wait, I may be wrong too. We'll see. But we showed 17 pins. Okay. Well, Paul's going to check in with that directly here. 10-pin margin I show here, and marks aplenty. Avon Valley and ProsperityU each with 2. Matt Schultz, 4 horsemen and an 8-pin. Joe Markey, that's a rude greeting. Welcome to the States. Have a spread eagle plus the 8-pin. Leda Lane's pins are somewhat difficult, I would say. They're still not fully broken in, perhaps. Still with the flat bottoms, but they still roll well, as new pins are wont to do. Good out, Schultz. That's 10. And an 8 for Joe Markey. It was put in for an Easter Classic. I believe this would be 2022. So it is 18 for Ryder. That was confirmed. Okay, so they did make the score correction, and now we are set. We're good. Thank you. Head pin for Schultz. Nice lead for Markey. Three matches all day, every day. You got it, Craig. 10 pin gone. Schultz is there. Begs the question, why do we bowl so much? Well, we're all under one roof. We've got to make up for lost time. It's not often we get this opportunity to all be together, so we will bowl our hearts out, or commentate our hearts out in this case. Nine for Markey.
Hey, Greg, that coffee kicking in for you yet?
I'm only halfway through with it. I got to call this match as best as I can.
All right, I'll help you out here. We're going wire to wire as usual.
You're fine. I'm tethered down. Otherwise, I'd probably be doing the same thing.
I can't sit still, though. I'd fall asleep. I'm like, if I was a bird in a perch, I'd be the first one to fall off.
Oh, hello. Have I really marked the wrong name? Hang on. Trevor Gates. Let's get this right here. Okay, there we go. Trevor Gates you see on the left, Ethan Deroche on the right.
Had 2 strikes in that first string, Trevor did.
Third ball's coming up for each. Deroche in the lead, 9-10. Play the pin. Eight for Deroche. This is Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Please subscribe when you get the chance. Oh, hang on. 3,500 subscribers each. Man, I was happy at 2,500. 3,500 subscribers. Thank you all.
It was 153 a couple of years ago, 3 years ago.
It's incredible. And I'll tell you what, our biggest booms are when Canada gets involved. We know our familiarity. We've got a lot to learn about, I think, a slice of Candlepin that has just been hidden from us for so long. Complete with all the TV shows that we've not yet had the chance to see. Of course, we love our Channel 5 show with Don Gillis and many other great shows, multiple by Mike Morin. But, you know, even the state of Maine is sort of a blind spot for us.
I love going to Maine. Be at the Big 20 in Scarborough, Maine. 3 events this month. Senior States Wednesday the 13th, 9 o'clock and 2 o'clock. As Ethan pins out with a 10. And Trevor takes an 8. Also, the 16th Candlepin against the top 5 NW's live show, I'll say it right. November 16th, 10 a.m. with myself and Greg Gouillart. That's the top 5 NW's 95% handicap show. Number 1 seed Will Merrow, Justin Kochi.
All right.
And the 30th will be at the Maine State singles handicap tournament also, over 55.
Gates was given only a 7 box for some reason, so I'll have to go with this until otherwise noted. We'll see. Ball Grant to the rescue, maybe. Tommy Wood on a strike. On a spare, excuse me. On a spare. This drops 8. And Wood's. Okay. We're trying to cross-check scores as well. Wood can't pin out of this split, unfortunately. Wood got just 3. Holloway got 3 on this spare. $9. Hey, that's a nice spill out for Holloway Jr. He gets 9 as well. And match that 9. No, so it was a strike on Wood's side. I just marked it wrong here. And Wood takes out 5. I'm a pin too low on his scoreboard. He should be on 37, and that should be it.
Tommy's got a high single of 201. High triple 466, a high 5 at 644 from Fairlanes in Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada. We were there last year. What a finals that was, Greg. That was a match of a lifetime.
Right down to the last ball. That's a finals everyone was talking about.
A plus
for a
Accounting
long
was seen.
time.
Yep, A plus Accounting was seen next with Academy Lanes. The Bold Fenway Academy, that thrilling final right down to the last ball. Tommy Wood, coach of the intermediate baseball team, the Mariners, watching. The 1-2-3 lead for a 7. 8 on the other side of the ledger for Doug Holloway Jr. Quick update from Greg Gouillart. Rocks are light right now.
166 to 147. Those Sterling Trites did tack one on. Here he is now to fill it. Got a strike, then a spare.
Donnie Cox, Sterling Trites, high respect for one another. Trites, T-R-I-T-E-S. "44-year-old on lane 32 with a 1-2-8 lead. Donnie Cox, 9-pin falls, 10-pin for a spare.
37 through 2 for Sterling. And, oh, denied on the 8-pin. Just the front layer going around it. That goes out of the channel, unfortunately. Cox will have to settle for 9 on this. Or the gutter.
Channel. Butter, parquet, butter, parquet.
Actually, Yanni and Laurel came to mind for me. 9 box, 46 through 3.
I remember when the butter commercial go up, the Imperial. When you said Imperial butter, the guy with the crown came on. It came, dun, 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 the crown on his head. Look up in Google, Imperial margarine. Well, you know you're getting old when no one gets these jokes or commercials. Young at heart, though.
Hey, Narissa just let us know that Ladies Internationals 2025 is at Leda Lanes. Oh, boy. I kind of have to now, don't I? Ooh.
Okay, that's good to know.
I mean, wouldn't make the trip to Canada for men's, but, you know, at some point, I've got to pick the women over the men.
Well, we get the men's next year in Canada, obviously. Probably would it be Fairlanes, I would think. The captains will vote on it later on. And Greek Church lead for Trites. Cox 1-5 center Worcester, 6-10 right. This is crazy. Good luck with that shot.
It was great to have you on the coverage of ladies competition this time around.
Oh, yeah, it's love doing the women's game. They try and get in the spotlight. They deserve it. Got to get more ladies to bowl, though. The more the merrier. The more you bowl, the better you get. The better the competition, the better you get.
And the New England Pro Series mentions that as well, or, well, just the Pro Series, but to specify region. They mention that as well. They have separate men's and women's competition, and they're looking to get both sides up so that the women can participate in the same thrilling playoff matches. They actually did do that at Academy Lanes. They weren't able to do it at Quincy, but perhaps in the future we'll be able to showcase them more thoroughly.
Yeah, ladies, Candlepin's a Cancer Top 5 live show. Come to Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass. Saturday, December 7th at 12 noon. Coverage with Greg and myself on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network. Number 1 seed, Amanda Carroll. Ooh. Number 2 seed, Amy Doobie. Number 3 seed, Glennis McKinley. How about the 4 seed? How about Sherelle Nealon at brightwindows.com, brightwindowscleaning.com, brightcleanwindows.com.
Nice spare.
She's the 4th. And 5th is, how about Brittany Underwood? 529 in the ladder. And Sherrill had 3 strings, Greg, no marks. One had 94 first string, no marks. Then she had 2 other strings, no marks. The second string, 129. The fourth, the 136 to lead the tournament. And she had 3 strings on a mark, and she's in the ladder.
Great marks for each of them, I should just mention. That's going to be a ton of fun, that ladder. And you mentioned Sherrill Nealon's comeback. Reminds me immediately of Jenny Rowe's record-setting string.
1378 on the spare for Ryder. 34 through 3.
Got a 210. Didn't even get a 400 triple, but had a tough first 2 strings. But you just never know. You got to bowl every ball like it could be, because every now and again, it is.
What a shot that was. Almost Sam Dugue, just that one got away. Only 1, 31 through 3. Back to Greg.
So ProsperityU maintaining another advantage here. 5 marks to 3 in this string. Got a 10. And a game of charades with Paul Grant that I do not understand. 8 bucks for Sam Dugue. Back to the top, we see it here. Taking a look here, looks as though, we were correct. There was a score correction. Okay, 182 to 215. No mark, excuse me. Matt Schultz on a spare. That's the one correction. ProsperityU racking it up. 33 pins plus whatever Schultz dumps here. First, Joe Markey. He's got the 3 horsemen, I suppose. Oh, spread eagle. So just like Doug Holloway Jr.'s fill earlier, now Schultz facing the wrath of lane 31. Oh, what a bit on this eagle. Too bad. 3 pin does not work out. Still, though, he's going to win this pinning battle here, and by 2. That's well worked out for Schultz. Schultz takes out 6 pins, has the 1, 3, 5, and 8. I won't tell Paul about the other one. So Candlepins for Cancer. We've mentioned it a few times. It's a cause of bowlers helping bowlers, basically. Donations are primarily by Venmo, which is not a Canadian service, but there is the opportunity to donate online as well by sending a check, however you spell check. And the website is Candlepins for Cancer. Quite simply, it's a charity of bowlers helping bowlers. Al Johnson is looking for worthy bowlers and their families, just those going through the costs of cancer treatment, not worthy necessarily, just those who could use the leg up. You know, it's a modest financial contribution that really helps out during such a difficult time. Candlepins number 4, cancer.com to learn more. 8 pins out. Another lemon drop there, this time by Deroche. 2-pinner, gets away. Deroche trying to come back. Had that scintillating 5 in a row earlier. Trying to restart the engine. 8 is 9. And Deroche 10. 247, 206. ProsperityU looking good for another 2 points. Though it is only at the halfway point of the string, this momentum could still turn. Trevor Gates, ooh, there's a pin hiding back there as well. The 3, 5, 9, and 10. Deroche in the pocket. Powerful hit. Triangle number 2. Only 3 pins left standing so far. Now Deroche, on the other side of the triangle. I suppose getting on his crossover side didn't allow the leave to work out. 9 for Gates. And just a 9 here for Deroche. Headpin's only about 6 different. I would say the amount of good leaves that each side has had to look at, about the same, maybe slightly more in favor of ProsperityU. Just the follow-ups have been fantastic. That's quintessential Candlepin bowling. Try your best on each ball, even if the second ball doesn't deliver a spare. That's part of the pinning as well. So Holloway disappointed with the setback leave here. You see the wood out to the left side and now disappearing. Whoops, there we go. And Tommy Wood with a 6-pack. So still a lot to get there, but you have to at least peel the layers of the onion and keep at it. Holloway doesn't even have the wood to play now, so just a pinning battle here. Holloway does well to get the 2 on the right side. Wood has 4 pins and 5 pins.
Just playing for me. What are we now?
Maybe in a bit, maybe not yet if it's possible.
In the end of the match?
Sorry, folks, a lot to juggle here. Third ball coming up. And that'll be 10. 10 to 10. There we go. 266 to 225. Pet's absolutely allowed when it's Jock. I got to get a better picture of him. Four pins remaining. The lambda leave, as Bob Lee likes to call it. If you view it overhead, I suppose.
Maybe I don't know you, Bud.
Tommy Wood, 2 and 2 split. 2, 4, 6, and 10 evens up.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think so.
Wood is annoyingly in the way. That is the piece of wood. Tommy must get that pun a nauseating amount of times. Off the cap, though, no. Holloway knows he wanted to get on the broadside of that. Very experienced bowlers here on the world stage. They know that full well. Tommy. You see how much he wanted to try to cut that into the 2-4 pocket. Three matches today. This one out of the first match, and 2 more later today. Basically starting as soon as all the previous first matches conclude. 8 versus 7. Holloway Jr. getting the better of that exchange. Taking a look here. Oh, I think I spy Gwenael Dugue in the lineup here, number 4. Keep an eye on that. That's most definitely Gwenael, excuse me. Sterling Trites 3, 4, and 6. Gwenael trying to get his Avon Valley Lanes team up and running. Trites can't get the split to go. Good try. Box versus 10. Sterling pins that out very well. Four-pin cluster for Gwenael. Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. My name is Greg Gouillart alongside Paul Grant in just a moment. And a great cast of supporting characters here on Candlepin Bowling Network, please pull down the YouTube description to know more. Boy, that pin by Sterling went around the world essentially. It looks like the 2A10. Almost an optical illusion playing tricks on me. Tough go at that for Gwenael. He's got rid of the 1-3-6. Sterling tries again splits, and now he's got to consider the wood. Playing on the left side probably gets rid of the 2-8, even with the cap on the left side. If you try to go right tip and get the 10, do you get both on the left side? He'll try the red line itself and only take out the 2 on the left. Dugue takes 10 and tries 9. 41 pins, currently 5 marks to 3 in this string. 13 extra pins for ProsperityU, continuing to maintain their advantage. Chris Ryder, it should still be Sam Dugue up there. Good to see you, Jill Wood. Fantastic bowler, I know. Would love to get the chance to feature you more often on our broadcasts. Ryder, triangle number 2, 2-4-5. Good to see you, David. Thank you so much to you and everyone taking part in chat. Oh, look at this. This is going to spill out, and Sam Dugue, an improbable spare, and that is his second one in 3 boxes. Ryder off target on the triangle. $8. I'm wondering if you can hear Nick Zuffalato, freshie over there on Central Park Lanes. You can hear him from a mile away. Tell you what, one of the great bowlers and great tournament organizers as well, including the Pro Series down here in New England. He and his new wife Samantha, to be clear, among others as well. 1-2-4. Dugue with a great count there on 7. Ryder, oh boy. Get over 2, or don't be that way. 2-4-7. Dugue can't run down his diagonal. What say you, Ryder? Yes, it is. Goes his 1. That's a pretty shot. 62 in the ball. ProsperityU pouring it on. 9-boxer Dugue. And back to the top you see. 310 to 277. You see the hanging mark by Ryder, the open mark as it is. Just confirming that is the case. That is 6 marks to 4, 15 marks to 9 overall in the match for ProsperityU. And pinning is 12 in their favor in this string, and 31 in their favor overall in the match. So on second and third balls, ProsperityU well in front. Matt Schultz and Joe Markey. Markey gets a rude greeting here. That's the 6 and 8. Check, check. There we go. That should be okay. Sorry, folks, fussing with the audio level there. Third ball. Schultz takes a 10. Boy, Markey really tried to go for that one, trying to get that split to go. Unfortunately, they both stand, and that'll be an 8-box. Schultz pinning quite well. I always like it when bowlers are pinning out about 9 on the no-mark frames. And he's doing better than that. 12 pins standing in 14 markless frames, so doing better than that clip. Off target for both to begin.
I agree. I had a really good time in that position yesterday.
Deroche and Ryder are also pinning well as well, and that starts stacking up for ProsperityU, and that's why they've maintained this consistent pinning advantage. 4 horsemen for Markey. And Schultz takes 10. Nicely run down. Markey could have deserved 4 on that, I would argue, but he does get 9, 69 and 79. Scores to this point, and the totals are correct.
He's talking to Amanda Tibbetts. Her father, Elmer Tibbetts, was nominated for the Hall of Fame. Did not get in last time. You have 2 rounds to get in, so the 2027 Hall of Fame class, Elmer Tibbetts, trying to get in the Candlepin Hall of Fame. He won the main Pro Tour Bowl of the Year 3 consecutive years ago in the mid-'80s. That's quite an accomplishment.
Beaupre made a nice 2-2 split on lane 33. I realized I masked the lane numbers, but we're on 31 and 32. I figure it gives you a better shot of the lanes themselves anyway. One 7-10 for Ethan Deroche, and he's got a spare on the board.
Throws a smooth ball, doesn't he?
Yep, disappointed. Hey, this is going to go too, though. Trevor Gates picks up this spare as the pins spill out from behind. Would you believe that's Gates' first spare? He had the 2 strikes, of course, nearly doubled at the end of that first game. It's been a consistent climb for ProsperityU, but you never know. A well-timed double could change all that. We saw ample evidence of that yesterday. That lucky strike, Maria's subs match, was quite something. Oh dear, 4-8-10. Would not totally impossible for Deroche. He's got some work to do. And look at this, Trevor Gates with his 3rd strike, and what a time, it's on a spare.
I want to see Greg Gouillart highlight the karaoke night here Friday and Saturday nights, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Get your own side gig.
I don't know if I want that to be featured on Candlepin Bowling Network, I'll be honest with you.
If you were to sing a song, what song would it be?
I'll get back to you on that.
I'm not holding my breath. Although some probably wish I did.
No. Well,
Ethan, another pickup. Look at that shot.
that's a great split conversion there. 4-8-10 with Wood.
He's all pumped up. 83 in a ball through 8. ProsperityU trying to go up 4 points to none.
Yep.
A little slow start yesterday. Up 7 and 17.
Sorry, folks, I said this a minute ago, but for your benefit, Paul, it's just been a consistent climb for ProsperityU, just to take advantage on the 2nd and 3rd balls. Trevor Gates got his 3rd strike, though. Maybe, just maybe, there's a double in the tank.
The coach, Tommy Wood, 3-1 split. Back to Greg.
And 4-pin takeout for Doug Holloway Jr. of Avon Valley. ProsperityU. Check them out. ProsperityMovement.online is the web address, an unusual domain after the period. ProsperityMovement.online. Great to have everyone, all the sponsors who make this possible. It's tough. Not everyone can cobble the money to make the trip, but it's great to see them all.
One thing I ask bowlers on their bio sheets is to ask, what is your favorite bowling memory, favorite bowling moment? And Tommy Wood put this down last time I covered him in Moncton. Watching people succeed. That's just an awesome comment to make.
Arguably, that could be a ProsperityU slogan as well. Not to say it. It is.
He's got quite a few hobbies. We mentioned earlier a couple of times he's the manager of the intermediate Mariners baseball team. They're watching into football, baseball, darts. Magic the Gathering. Tony Levesque used to be the Magic Man on TikTok. When have we got that nickname from, the Magic Man? Magic the Gathering. Tony doesn't do it anymore. He used to do that all the time. podcast, Magic the Gathering. He's in Dungeons and Dragons, D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, and raising his kids.
Good drops for both of these bowlers. By the way, Holloway Jr. had a strange 9. The pins almost fell backwards on that one. Wood, blank in front. See ya. Second mark of the string.
I'll come back tomorrow then, Greg?
Gains a mark.
Oh, you meant the bowler, not me. See ya.
Yeah. Bye, Paul.
I get the hint.
It's been real.
I get the hint.
$10. Oh, to heck with the naysayers.
Sterling Trites on the right.
343 and 375. That's confirmed. 3 marks to 1. ProsperityU starting to dangle a lot of marks again.
Gwenael Dugue on the left.
Tried to set that 20 box earlier. Now he's in Splitsville. 2, 4, 6, and 7.
Another show you don't know, Lidsville. That was a great comedy. You like Eddie Munster, Adam's Family? He's in that show.
New
Mark.
reference unlocked.
Lidsville. Charles Nelson Riley was the evil hoodoo. It was a hilarious show. It's only on like 15 episodes. That was a hilarious show. Lidsville, kids show, but it's cute.
I finally know a Charles Nelson Riley credit other than Match Game. What a good 10 box that is by Trites.
Oh, he was hilarious in that movie. Yeah, he played the evil hoodoo, and there was a city hat. So he goes to a magic show and falls in this big hat. Curious what the magician does. This big hat, he falls into this huge hat of a city of hat people. Pretty good.
By the way,
Lidsville, a Sid and Marty Krofft production. Did you know?
Sorry to aggressively segue away from your great pop culture references, but Sterling Trites has only left 1 pin standing despite those 3 splits. Another reason ProsperityU is way out in front.
It's a good theme song too, Lidsville. I like the theme song.
Sterling wants to mark in the worst way. Oh, but the double wood foils him. Oh, dear. Can Dugue take advantage? He cannot. So it looks... Trying to get a status update on the second stream. I don't believe I see it up either. I'll have to check in on that. Checking, make sure the scores are correct here. There we are, 361, 395. That's confirmed. And now Chris Ryder on a spare. But if the other stream is not fully functional, and in any event, we've had some streaming difficulties here as well. That doesn't count as a jinx, right? Boy. But we will be recording these. We are recording these matches, excuse me, and they will be uploaded later. Believe me, Bob Lee wants these up as soon as possible, and he'll see to it. Chris Ryder just 3 on that spare. 6 taken out by Sam Dugue. The Dugue twins on Avon Valley Lanes.
A big one up next on Candlepin Network. A+ Accounting, defending champions, 5-time champions, world titles, against 2-time champion Academy Lanes. Next match on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Ryder, good offer of that.
And Greg, tell our viewers how they can find out when we go live.
Well, Candlepin Bowling Network, you found our way here, so you found one stream. To make sure you get notified about future streams, certainly at least for this week, hit the subscribe button, and at least for the duration of this week, I would recommend make sure you hit the bell icon as well. You have to be logged into YouTube to do it in both cases, but subscribe and hit the bell icon, and then you'll be notified about all our future streams when they appear on your YouTube feed. Google accounts, of course, work as well with YouTube. Your Gmail, or just make a Google account. They obviously, Google wants their business. You know they'll aggressively gobble up market share, but that also means it's very convenient for you to make an account and make sure you easily get subscribed to Candlepin Bowling Network and help our channel out.
Greg, we got a special guest. We got that microphone to pull out, the extra headset, the handheld microphone. The headset's probably better for him to hear.
Yeah, sure. Just a moment.
We got A+ Accounting next against Academy Lanes after the next string. Match 2 of 3 today. Special guest, 5-time world champion, Mr. Todd Harrison.
Make sure I get this plugged in.
We'll check the microphone first here. Right now, Todd Harrison's unplugged live. 10 for Ryder. And nice 9 for Dugue. Todd Harrison, how you doing? Hold on a second.
Off to a bad start here, I guess.
Hey, Todd, how you doing?
Great, thanks. I can hear you.
Good to see you again.
Yes.
A-plus accounting, A-plus performance last year in the playoffs. What a match that was. One for the ages.
We've been doing this for a while with A+, and that was, if not the best, one of the best matches we've ever been in. Great that we won, but what a final. What a great thing for people who are or aren't fans of Candlepin to get to watch over and over if they like. I'm not saying we did that.
I have to ask the tough question. How is it dealing with Matt Harnett and your team?
It's a cross between management and babysitting, and you never know on what day, what portion it's going to be of each. So he's fun. He keeps us loose.
Yeah, he does.
He's great on the lanes. He's great off the lanes. Very competitive, but also so much fun. We're lucky to have him.
Yeah,
so.
he's a character. And he can get laughing and giggling, and then just turn around and throw 3 strikes in a row at you.
Well, I wish he'd do the 3 in a row. He hasn't done that yet, but we're waiting.
Yeah, he likes lemon drops anyway. So
He likes them all.
So talk about your team so far, what you've done so far this week, what you've done so far today.
We had a really nice, consistent day yesterday. We had a tough match, what we thought would be a really tough match. First game, which was, of course, Bowling Lucky. They've been at the top of this tournament for a long time. And they came out really strong, and then we replied and ended up getting 6 there from those guys. I think along the way, we're maybe high for the morning or something. We had a good triple. And then we bowled, next was Abel from Halifax, Nova Scotia, guys we know very well. And we had a really good match with them. We got the first 2 games, and they came back and took the 3rd one from us. Garrett Martin from Abel, I think he threw a double in each game. He bowled really well. And then we had Oakland Park last match, and we were noticing scores from other teams during the day, and we hadn't seen them hit too much big yet. And they came out and they bowled really well against us. They took the first game by 2. It came right down to the end. It was very close. They bowled well, finished strong. We came back and took the second one by a bunch, I think. And then the third one was really close again, but we got them. We got 6, so we went 6-6-6, and you'll take that every time.
Quick update from Greg Gouillart. We're talking to Todd Harrison. Back to Greg for just a moment.
Joe Markey, 87 string, and Matt Schultz, 95.
We're talking to Todd Harrison, 5-time world champion, A-plus accounting. Our next featured match, our middle match day, after this match here, shortly after in a separate broadcast. So, Todd, I know winning the first one in 2006, was it? Is always the sweetest. But when you win one, is it still even better? Or is that first one always the best one?
Hard to beat the first one, but the nice thing about it is, I mean, you're happy to have them all. But the next time around, we had one different bowler. We had McGrady in 09 when we won. We had Mitch in 12 when we won. So we've always had a different person or 2 on the team. So whereas it is a repeat for us, and we've had some of those feelings and experiences before, getting to do it with someone you're really close to, like we got to do it with Cody last year. It was Cody's first team championship, or Justin. And
Justin Corkman. Now, how do you insert these guys, especially Justin Corkman? They did get a lot of playing time last year. Well, how do you get him in there, keep his confidence high that he's part of the team?
It was easy yesterday because he drank too much Monday night, and he was happy not to bowl yesterday, so that worked out for everyone.
Is that Katie Pone's? Is that Katie Pone's fault?
Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah, she's a bad influence.
She's a sweetheart.
Definitely.
So talk about this year. What is different this year from last year as far as, obviously the chemistry is there. People are gunning for you now. There's extra adrenaline when they bowl you.
I think there probably is. I mean, we had a good run where we went deep in the playoffs for quite a while, and then a stretch where we didn't do so well, lost in the playoff rounds, and maybe the target came off our backs a bit, but it's definitely back on now. We like it. We're used to it. It's fun.
Now, Sean Dion said last night that he doesn't get, yesterday I asked him to get a 168 today like you did in the finals. And he said, I saved those for the playoffs.
Well, you don't want to use all his 168s early in the week, right? You know, yeah. We got lots of guys. They all can bowl.
So I told him to get a 169. He's going to buy 10 shirts.
With the money he makes from that, he'll definitely buy shirts. He'll want everyone for every day of the week.
Sorry to cut in. 4 straight marks for Ethan Deroche. He's heating up again.
Nice.
All right, Todd, just to wrap up a conversation. So next you get to take on 2-time world champion Academy Lane. That's going to be a war.
We're looking forward to that. We looked at the schedule when we got it, whatever it was, Monday evening, and you circle a few matches that you're really looking forward to, and this is definitely one of them. They got some great bowlers, some big arms, and we bowled a few of these guys before, so it's going to be fun.
I never got to interview you, and you won that championship last year. I need a 3-letter word going back to last year's championship match that you won the championship. A 3-letter word.
Wow.
All right.
Wow. It was a great time. So.
You got to work on your excitement on that one, though.
Sorry.
Matt Harnett does it really well.
Yeah. Matt's way better at this than I am.
I know. All right. Thanks, Todd Harrison, taking time out. Good luck today in the second match with Academy Lanes.
Thank you very much. We'll see you soon.
All right. Thanks, Todd Harrison. Back to Greg Gouillart for an update.
Thank you so much, Todd. I mean to say on the air, multi-time champion.
We got Katie Pone in there again for the second day, her name mentioned. Her parents own, Ronnie and Patricia own unbelievable lanes in
Musquodoboit Harbor.
Say that 3 times as fast as you can.
Also, I miss when Jonathan Pone's channel was creating content as well. P-O-A-N. Hard work just running the bowling center itself.
It's up for sale, by the way. It's actually strike and spare in Parsonsfield, Maine. Back to Greg.
Tough luck for Doug Holloway Jr. He can't quite get out of the split here. His headpin accuracy's been good, 6 for 9. Ooh, that split almost went.
Avon Valley Lanes was actually hanging in there for a while here in the string. Now it's pushed up to 55 in the string, and they're against them, 92 in the match.
The power of Ethan Deroche, primarily.
And what did he end up with?
Deroche is 118 and is now totaling 242.
Seems like he's throwing like a 150 clip the way he's throwing that ball.
Well, if he had kept that mark train going, he might well have. And there's still a third string to come. 483 to 429 right now. ProsperityU looking good for another 2 points.
It's always fun picking on Matt Harnett, isn't it, Todd?
He says yes, it is.
Such a character. I can't wait for that match, Greg.
Crossovers leave whatever the heck this is. Holloway Jr. is 6-8-9.
That could be the match of the week in the qualifying rounds anyway. There's a lot of great matches. Lucky Strike and Maria Sub yesterday. What a war that was.
3 great matches every day.
Dave Barber, big time down the stretch yesterday. What else is new?
Six, 8, and 9. Now, I was annoyed at this leave at first, but the wood is not far from impossible. Surely a way must exist to at least twirl that piece of wood. You're going to sat between the 6 and 9.
You're going to see Academy Lanes next one. Justin Waters Royal, Danny Harris, the Fireball. He has 4 400s already in the Friday Night Pro League, the first 9 matches. He had 1 last year. He's on another level, 136 average on the road.
That's going to be a fun match, and we did get the fun spare I thought that promised to be. Holloway Jr., 97 and a ball. Tommy Wood had a strike and a spare.
Josh Daly on that team also.
Nice out. And again, nice pinning from ProsperityU, a 9-box 103.
I mean, they got Jeremy Seum, they got Nick Norcross, Sean Taylor. They got a bunch on that team. Charlie Collins, the Terminator.
Yep.
Stacked.
Collins and Daly not a part of that 2022 roster, but with the firepower, great averages each of them, including in last year's tournament.
I've got a feeling Josh is going to win some world championships. I just got a hunch. What do you think?
I think bowlers will roll their eyes at how predictable that seems to be anyway. I say that in jest, of course.
It is difficult to win, though.
Daly wins a lot here stateside. 4 fill for Holloway Jr. That is 101, I believe that should be. We'll check in. I'll check.
3 matches today. This second string winding down.
Sorry, that's a 6 fill. Excuse me. And a big strike. Gwenael Dugue. 79 plus 2 through 9. Sterling Trites having to fend off a lot of tricky leaves here. Got stymied on the last one. Now he's got Chester Cove's favorite, Dave Chester Cove, Vice President of the Candlepin Bowlers Association. Another thing Dave Barber's in charge of in addition to the Worlds.
Among many other things he does.
Pro Series.
Mixed Worlds.
Nate Lees is primarily a Mixed Worlds, to be fair.
Yeah, that's right. He helps out, though. Mainly Pro Series and the Worlds.
Yeah. Tough sledding for.
Also, he's a president of the Friday Night Pro League every other year with John Zappi. They switch every other year.
Snow hasn't fallen yet, but I keep saying tough sledding, but Sterling has to settle for a 7 despite all his efforts on that split.
Well, think Canada. It's probably snowing up there.
Maybe. Please advise.
Not today. It's in the 80s today, I think.
Forgive me. I'm not like looking at chat all the time, but doing my best.
We appreciate comments. We are going to have some glitches and freezing here and there. Wi-Fi. Winding down here on the second of 3.
Sterling, now this one a little on the crossover side, and again a split there. That's 5 in the past 6.
ProsperityU will go up 4 points to none, and they're going to improve to 11 and 17. up to date. Avon Valley Lanes will go to 8 and 20.
Dugue, I'm reminded of a split conversion earlier. Just going to check in here with someone in just a second here on the score updates. First, I'll just finish this frame out, and then we'll have a chat here. Paul, if you don't mind covering commentary, I'm going to have a chat in a second.
Sterling gets a giggle on that one, right in the middle. A tough 6.
I lost my chance. Too bad. Yep.
Final two
Sterling
boxes.
tries 105. Gwenael Dugue 98 to cap off their middle string.
Final 2 boxes. Christopher Ryder's on a spare, I believe, Greg, right?
I don't. Well, yes, he is. I had it marked wrongly.
$84 in a ball, actually.
Yep, 84 in a ball.
First strike, 9. A wiggle on the 4 won't go.
The 94 was almost predictive, wasn't it?
You're
What a
close.
drop.
You within $1. You win both showcases on the Price is Right.
No, I definitely overbid on that one, alas.
Boom, 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 boom. 93 through 8 for another one. He got it. Back to back. 103 in the ball. Christopher on a ride.
And 3 in the past 4.
Sam takes an 8. Just 90 through 9. They're struggling today. Final box. Third string up next. The next match, a good one. A+ accounting. Academy Lanes, a thriller. Highly anticipated match, a middle match today. Every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 10 o'clock Atlantic, 10:30 Newfoundland time.
Yep, Holloway Jr. did have a 4 fill, actually. I was right on that, so 101. That's now confirmed.
Beautiful ball, knocks it down.
Oh, baby, what a string.
Big strike on spare for Ryder, 113 through 9, 123 plus 2 in the 10th. Singles knockout champion Monday night.
Good morning, Worlds.
Finishing strong. Avon Valley trying to get at least 2 points next string. They'll have a big climb. In a triple-digit deficit coming in.
One ball remaining for Dugue, excuse me.
In the channel, no good 9. Disappointing 99. Middle string.
Good to see you all here.
I'll get the line changes after this too for you.
Not sure that. I'm guessing that's Todd in chat there. Hello, Micah Imperato. Looking forward to working with you later. And a bunch of others as well.
Ryder on a strike. Just missed right. 5. Trying to get to 133.
By the way, weather update. Yeah, there's been some snowfall, but clear skies today.
I like George Carlin doing his weather forecast.
$9.
132 for Christopher Ryder.
That's confirmed. We see it there, 553 to 489. Take a look. Chris Ryder spearheading ProsperityU, the captain, with another 2 points for his team. Ethan Deroche again stringing together marks to get his way up to 118. As we begin the third string of 3, we'll check lineups in just a moment. Stand by, there's usually a bit of fuss as we get set on the lineups for the next string. We'll be right with you. Gwenael Dugue has taken the lane, so it's quite possible Avon Valley will start with him. I'll mark it in accordingly. Paul is trying to ascertain the lineup as we speak. Matt Schultz is up there as well. That's the 3 spares in his campaign so far. And And certain bowlers are taking advantage of the fact of my Monopoly Go account. Aware of the fact I'm broadcasting Worlds, I can't defend my buildings. Curse you. Split 3 and 2. Gwenael drops 9, leaving the 6-pin. Headpins I show is 10 in favor of ProsperityU. Pinning in their favor, 32 pins in their favor. Dugue, this gets away. Pretty well pinned out on a split. 9 is fine, I'd say, for each of them. 9 and 9 to begin. So taking a look here at the lineup, Gwenael Dugue we do see up there. This should be Trevor.
Schultz, the other side.
Yeah, Matt Schultz on the other side. Sorry, Trevor Gates is there. Ryan Hogan now comes in on the 3rd spot.
Holloway Jr. 4th.
Holloway Jr. now moves down to 4, and Sam Dugue will keep his spot, and that should be that. Gwenael's first ball.
Matt Schultz, Ethan Deroche.
Deroche, yep.
Deroche, Bobby Kyte, KYTE, Sterling Trice.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Ryder.
Sterling tries to Chris Ryder. Okay. We'll put the scoreboard back up for our fine folks. I think that's our lineup confirmed.
Gwenael's first.
And Gwenael Dugue, yeah. I haven't updated this, actually.
Ryan's third, Doug's fourth.
Yep. I'll have that updated soon. 10 box for Schultz, and unfortunate 2 there. So that's a big pickup for ProsperityU. 8 box, 8 pins picked up. Now down to Trevor Gates.
Greg Gouillart on the broadcast again, the play-by-play. Multifaceted task.
Yeah, just typing in the lineup here as well.
Well, you're a better man than I am doing this stuff.
I got some keyboarding talents. I'll find a way. Ethan Deroche has put together 2 great.
H-O, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. That's right. They don't see it anyway, but yeah. That's right. Trevor takes out 4 pins. Well, it helps out with the horseman there, but the 10 and the 9 is going to be the tricky part. Deroche, pretty when it goes. Doesn't work out, only the 2-4. 2 points per string, 2 for total. Those points determine the standings, pinfall tiebreaks. 2 divisions of 12 teams, top 5 in each division when the week is said and done by this Friday evening, afternoon, thereabouts. We'll make it through. Top seed gets a 2-round bye. It pays to be great. 8 for Deroche and 9 for Gates. Deroche mocks 2. Takes out the 2, 4, and 7. Gates takes out 7 pins here. Where's that wood going? Will it turn? Yes, it does. That looks pretty darn good. Get that 1, 3, and the 10 should go as 1. Chance here to take advantage. Deroche will want to be careful it doesn't create a bigger swing. So there's a spare. Gates the pickup. A big advantage for ProsperityU. Deroche does not want to give away anything. He's been doing so well, and he pins that out perfectly and maintaining his good average there, having a 242 in his 244 in his 2 previous strings, excuse me. Yeah, 242, excuse me. I think I'm not certain if I said that right all of a sudden. Bobby Kyte, I got to get that right in the scoreboard here. We see him back in. We had him in string 1 as well.
A-plus accounting, Academy Lane, 7 championships combined, world titles. Our next match on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Subscribe free, never a charge.
Ooh. 5-7. Yep. And hit that bell icon as well, at least for this week. Make sure you get notified about all our upcoming content. Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire, a fantastic host of many great TV shows and now the world's competition. Men's this year and women's the next. Thank you very much, Narissa and others, for advising of that. We're looking forward to it. Hey, that's gone. The dime and then the nickel for Bobby Kyte as the wood spins right to left. That's a pretty shot. Hogan now has to pin out against that dandy. Made a deep run in the singles in Moncton. 2022. Or 2023, excuse me. Last tournament. An 8-box. Make sure you're specifying Fahrenheit and Celsius, although I'm pretty sure we can tell from context. Pretty still warm out, I'd say. Considering we've turned the page in November, it's still getting some pretty sunny days out. Winter tends to come later, though. You know, winter can last forever if you're not careful. Just the way it goes. Kyte with the 4 horsemen and the 8-pin. He's got 5 on this fill. Oh, just the front two, boy. He thought he had that buried. Hogan's got the powerful ball that can blow this 6-1 apart if he digs into his pocket. Or will the pins give him the same rude treatment? Spills a couple extra. We'll need more on the third ball. Been down well last time around. Kyte will challenge him with 9. Got the head pin. Well, there's that. Just the 1-3 going out, so Hogan gets a 7-box despite an accurate third ball. It'll be 15 through 2. Bobby Kyte doing his job, gaining 9 pins in that salvo. Doug Holloway Jr. now down to the 4th spot. Down to the 4th spot, I guess, in the order, I suppose. Hardly a downgrade. Sterling Trite staying in his 4th spot. That 5-pin's going to go down. Will it roll into the wood, or is it going to stay on top? Thought it might for a second. Whackiness happening on Holloway Jr.'s lane 31 as well, with the 8 and 9 and a plank in the middle. Trite has the 7-10 to work against. Let's see which Lisa wood. He'll try the left side wood. And oh boy, that wood in front is going to roll way forward and out of play. No mark. Right side wood, here it comes. Thank you, Doug Holloway Jr., starting spare.
If first you don't succeed, try again. The wood didn't go at first. The second one came right back.
Trites takes 10 on this one.
Doug Holloway Jr., 110 league bowler, 116 career high, high single 174 with a high triple of 424, throwing a high 5 of 706. Strand Lanes in Sydney Mines, 28 years of Candlepin bowling. His family all bowls. His dad had him stop bowling when he could walk.
I mean, good bowling form is just walking after all.
Plays golf also in softball, plays infield in softball. Played hockey, baseball, and Candlepin bowling growing up.
Easier said than done, obviously. This sport only looks easy until you actually try it. Candlepin bowling.
Just like a lot of analogies to golf.
A specialty of Northeast North America. The way 10 pins should be in our perhaps regionally biased opinion, but we love it, and we love the international competition bringing us all together.
Sterling Trites, Ventura, Nova Scotia.
Oh, hello, that's gone. And he gives him a joking look there. I love that. Back-to-back spares. Holloway Jr. is going to get this from behind. 27 and a ball through 2, and a great start for the Avon Valley 4th spot, trying to get back into this or at least salvage the 2 points. They now lead on paper, presuming they can fill these marks. '79 and 72. Waiting on the lanes here. Greg Gouillart alongside Paul Grant on the call here on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube, sometimes on Facebook as well. I recommend YouTube. We recommend YouTube for the best viewing experience, but Facebook is where we have a lot of our social media.
Plus, you can get it in high definition on YouTube also.
And we have Nico Pujar, who helps sort out our bumbling on. I don't know which stream it's going to be on. He'll set us straight, and he'll set you straight. And we'll look forward to connecting with you and bringing these great high-quality matches to you wherever you may be in the world.
Chris had what, 132 last string, right?
Say again?
Chris Ryder had a 132 last string?
Yes, he did.
He's got a 3-1 split starting his final string.
5 marks capped off by a strike. Ooh.
Sam Dugue, a spread eagle plus the 8, brutal. Sam's got a high single at 200, 126 career high average, 483 high triple out of Windsor, Nova Scotia.
Trying to get this 3-1 in the worst way, but boy, that pin just doesn't spin over.
Sam turning 46 in January. Co-owner of Avon Valley Lanes with Sam. Over 35 years of Candlepin bowling. Also enjoys golf as well.
That's fair. Fair contact, and then it comes back. Chris Ryder takes 10. Sam Dugue, great out of that. Second ball went into the void. A third ball was a dandy for that.
Well, if you're just tuning in, if you missed the singles knockout, you missed a bunch of good matches.
But not totally, maybe not the live, but it's on demand on Candlepin Bowling Network YouTube. Catch a special presentation of the finals, though. Don't sleep on the semifinal matches as well. Those were fantastic. It's a little buried in there, but we will have the high-quality recordings uploaded as soon as possible once we get through the grind of bringing you these matches all live.
Ryder, finalist in 2018 October of the Can-Ams. World Championship winner in 20. I'm not sure it's 14 and 19. I can't read the right. I think it's 2019. 2019, I believe it was. 2024, obviously, World Singles Champ here the other day. Into ball hockey as a goalie and likes golf as well. Not sure what ball hockey is. Is that street ball, maybe? I would think.
Maybe so. I'll defer to the Canadian judgment on that. 90 and 99.
Top of the order update from Greg Gouillart.
Not safe to be a Bruins fan right now. That was a drubbing by the Leafs last night, I'll tell you what. 99 to 90. At least one blue team won last night, I tell you what. 99 to 90 right now. 2 extra marks for Gates and Holloway Jr. So Avon Valley a chance to overcome the earlier trajectory and possibly get this string in their control. Gwenael Dugue back up against Matt Schultz. He takes 4. I don't know what that was, folks. Gwenael accurate on the second ball, doesn't work out. Schultz carving out pins, the 1, 5, and 8.
So yesterday, they played Academy Lanes and then Lucky Strike. ProsperityU did it. The 0-16. They went 7-1 against Central Park Lanes. So they're on a roll right now. They've 11-1, you could say, in the last 5+ strings, and they're trying to hang on for 8 points here. They're up 11 right now. They're down 2 marks to none, so a slight virtual lead for Avon Valley Lanes. The average spare fill 6.5, strikes 8.3. Stats by Candlepin Bowling Network.
Donnie Cox hops up. Gwenael Dugue knowing the pinning's getting away, so he gives way, and Donnie takes over in the leadoff spot. Punches out, we call it the half Worcester. Check mark on the left side for Schultz. Check mark try, it doesn't work out for Schultz. Cox, oh, that's rough. Well, missing the 2 and the 3 pins, it is so difficult to pin out of that. And another 6 box here, so with an 8 box, that's a 4 pin pickup for Schultz between those 2 frames. Now here comes one of those marks, Trevor Gates. Can't substitute on a mark, he has to fill it himself. still gets away there. Ethan Deroche trying to get back on track. He's had a great first two strings, 242. Bounce back ball's decent by Gates. It has a chance, but the wood will stop short of the 5. Deroche to 1-3. Eight and a 9. Taking a look here. Sorry, I was trying to find some research. I couldn't figure this out. 8 pins, 6. You gonna fall somewhere? Guess not. Gates will have to get it himself, and there's wood blocking the 6-10. Deroche, there's that head pin hit we've been waiting for. 2-5. 2 mark trains for Deroche. Chains of 5 and 4. Gates runs the 6-10 down. Negotiates the wood perfectly. Deroche just wide of the 2. So another mark for Avon Valley. Last fill fizzled. Now a 10. 37-4. Ryan Hogan and Bobby Kyte. 24-2. Hogan 2 out. Kyte gets 4.
Try, Justin. Good try, buddy. Hell of a try. Get over there. Roll hard. We're begging. Roll hard.
So Avon Valley basically tied in this match all told. Now the pinning gap is opening up again. You want to keep an eye on that. Avon Valley, now that's a nice out there. Hogan getting some pins here. And that's going to go back 3 pins. There had been a pinning gap opening up. It goes down to 13 in favor of ProsperityU. And that's the big reason they're out in front in the early going. In string number 3. Still 2 marks for Avon Valley, so they actually do seem to have the advantage on paper if the mark fills come. Hogan, setback leave. That flat piece of wood on the left side. Corey Smith was the one who alerted us to that. That's the leave that sets you back. Hogan knows that he goes for the right side wood. Very vertical, very difficult to hit, even with his cross lane delivery. Bobby Kyte. Wood rolls over. And Hogan out for 9. Nine for Bobby Kyte. 39 will check in here just to make sure everything's hunky-dory. I think I've flipped some outs here, so 140 and 148, that's confirmed now. Gates on 39 of all, and it's 36 for Deroche. So I must have just gotten a box backwards, excuse me. Doug Holloway Jr. loads this with 8, so there's an Avon Valley pickup. Now, can he negotiate this as well? 7-10, Doug with a chance if he can get this to go. Trevor Gates with the odd mark as well, so Avon Valley the chance to go into the lead all told. Sterling Trites 1-2-4, a chance to claw a mark back. Let's see. Going with the left side wood, and it deflects over the 9 spot, the ball does. Trites outside on it, wood coming, hits it with the thin part of the pin, and that won't drop it. There's a 10 for Holloway Jr. And the 10 for Trites. By the way, Paul, I figured out a little mystery there. Chris Ryder, it is indeed in 2019, and
That's right.
And that was Team Kingswood Elite. Chris Ryder, Corey
Those
Smith.
4 and 9s look the same sometimes in the sheet.
Chris Ryder, Corey Smith, Calvin Locke, Jamie Boyle, Justin Jones, Matt Cormier, Corey Jones, Scott Estabrooks, Mike Holland, honored Danny McPhee with that win.
Not Matt McPhee, huh?
Yeah, an honorary distinction for
That'd be Matt
Danny
McPhee's father
Yeah.
last night. He's
Yeah.
here in attendance watching today
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Nice guy. Tied in the string. Avon Valley plus a mark, trying to get 2 points. Uphill battle for total.
That
Great.
wood took a hike there.
Crazier things could happen. Back to Greg Gouillart.
Hogan's advice, he swapped out Markey's coming in. That'll be in the 3rd spot.
Who's out?
Markey's going in 3rd.
Who's he replacing?
Hogan. Trice, that's a tough one to take there. That's 2. Holloway Jr. gets that spare. Sorry, folks. I got my attention drawn there. 3 marks and 4 for Holloway Jr. And now Avon Valley stacking up. Sam Dugue and Chris Ryder. Dugue, 5-8 drops. 9-10, this has a chance. 3rd split Dugue's encountered. That implies the head pin, of course. Now the 9 drops and the leave improves. And Avon Valley's chances improve with it. 3 pins make it 4 for Ryder. This 10 pin goes, and Doug Hall and Sam Dugue, gets that spare. Now 6 marks for Avon Valley. 1, 2, and 4 for Ryder. That's ripped apart for 10. Ryder happy to get those pins. That's pin perfect, in fact. 10, 10, 10.
3 marks to none for Avon Valley Lanes. Looking good right now, early on, trying to get 2 points. And again, with bowls this kind of caliber, you don't discount a 93-pin deficit. Seems like a miracle, but plenty of time left. We've seen teams come back from triple digits down in the past to win.
Time running out, though. Avon Valley increasingly on target. Dugue has 6. Chris Ryder piecemealing this down. This is going to be a 7-10.
Did you ever do piece?
Ooh, that's a beauty.
Wow, nice
3, 4, 7, 10. Sam Dugue back to back.
Did you ever do piece rate working before? Piece rate working?
I don't know what
Paid
that
by
is.
Get paid by the pieces.
So a gig economy?
Watch Lucille Ball do that. I love Lucy. Hilarious.
There's 9 box for Ryder. Nope, excuse me. Still a chance to go and a chance to pin out the split, excuse me. He does. 4 10s. pretty nice, including 2 splits along the way to get to that point.
Back to the top, the order update from Greg Gouillart.
194 to 180, 3 hanging spares. On the side of Avon Valley, and now a chance to at least start securing those 2 points.
And they can cut the deficit possibly into the 60s.
Possibly so. Now, boxes are running out. It's going to need a lot more than this to recoup that deficit, but never say never.
Look at that shot of Schultz, 4 on the 5. No wood, no luck. Interesting stat. He just started bowling last year, Greg.
No kidding.
And he had a 167 high single last year also. From Sherwood Park, Alberta. He bowls 5-pin.
Ooh. So that small ball skill translated very well. I believe 5-pin balls are slightly heavier. That's about the only distinction. Plus power plays, I would say power plays more of a role in Candlepin. That's spare for cock. No, that's a 10. That's a 10. 5-pin, the precision usually takes you a lot of the way because the rubber bands allow the pins to really spring apart there. So precision aim is more rewarded in that. Although you still need some velocity to make sure it carries. Don't leave your aces up.
Avon's starting to get some extra momentum going here. They're plugging away. You got to applaud the effort, not giving up.
Schultz, oh dear. This will be tough. ProsperityU trying to make sure they still have their pinning advantage. That's shrinking too. It's down to 2, in fact.
Man, a 117 average high.
Though part of it is the fact that they just have fewer marks, so more opportunities to lose pins in the first place. If the marks start turning, the pinning advantage could become significant again.
Tawny Cox in relief.
Yep. Ethan Deroche stepping back up. He stays in. Still Trevor Gates, it looks like. He's on a spare. Great crowd. If you wouldn't mind, if you're logged into YouTube, and only if you're logged into YouTube, otherwise you'll get kicked out of the video. If you're logged in, please like the video by hitting that thumbs up button. Thank you for your support just by watching, though. We and the bowlers and the whole bowling community all greatly appreciate it.
Well, it's great to see the veteran bowler, Donnie Cox, again. Been through a lot this past year or so. Campbell's for Cancer helped him out last year. We help bowlers going through cancer treatments, a 501c3 charity. Donations via Venmo, and Canada doesn't have Venmo, so you can send a check. The address on the website, Candlepins number 4, cancer.com. Over $66,000 paid out to families going through cancer treatments, only in the Candlepin bowling community. That's quite a bit of money.
Sort of a mini high-low for Deroche. That's what we call the 1-7-10. That'll be $8. Not sure if that term translates. I know half Worcester is a very geographical reference, of course.
Each an 8 that time. 4-4-4, 44. That's actually 5. Make that correction. 44 through 5. Gates 52 through 5. 2 marks to none. It is 24 down, 77 of the match.
Yep. Avon Valley continuing to pad an advantage here.
And with good fills, can get it into the 50s.
Yeah. Holloway Jr. and Sam Dugue doing a lot of work to make that happen. Gates 2 marks as well.
And Prosperity starting to get a lot of splits. Oh, big break for Ethan. The 5 falls down with the rollback off the lip.
It's true. More head pins for Avon Valley and fewer splits as well.
Force from the post for Trevor.
Good. Deroche has been so dialed in.
54 on the ball through 6. Trevor has the 1 and the 7.
Still pinning out here. Avon doing that well. Trevor Gates, a 9-box. As ProsperityU has taken the first 2 strings and thus the first 4 points. Likely for total, but not fully certain.
Joe Markey, 116 league bowler. Career high 122 from Truro, Nova Scotia. 45 years young from Bible Hill Bowlercade. Bowling since 1984. Enjoys Candlepin bowling and playing pool. Kyte drops 9. Back to Greg.
Yeah, big 9 drop there. Bobby Kyte trying to energize his team again. This is part of the grind of Worlds, and we love the grind back here in the commentary booth and out there on the lanes. Every string worth 2 points. You gotta be on when you're on, and when you're put in by your captain, you gotta be ready to go. Opportunity gets away here. Avon Valley's up by 23 and the extra mark. Remember to keep an eye between total and game. This is why we watch every frame. I mean, if you watch the first half of this match, you think, okay, ProsperityU is just going to get an 8-0. But now suddenly the pieces are clicking together as the clock strikes 11:39 a.m. local time here in Nashua, New Hampshire. And Avon Valley is starting to piece together marks. Doug Holloway Jr. and Sam Dugue, both on marks. You see Ethan Deroche, the second bowler, on that spare. There's the Canadian smudges between total and game. Kyte with another opportunity here. Bobby has the 2 and the 7. At least he's got the pins. Joe Markey facing a dastardly spread eagle, plus an 8-pin. Oh, the ball rolled just to the right of the 7-pin, cruelly denying Bobby that mark. Markey through the hole. So could still swing pins, depends on this third ball. Asterisks indicate substitution simply, but there have been several. That'll just make it clear in the total. And each bowler had a different total. This unfortunately goes for 5. So a 5-pin swing back to ProsperityU. Still Avon Valley with a decided advantage, though not a permanent one. Over 200 people watching on the live. That is a long way from where Candlepin Bowling Network was once upon a time. Just a humble Bob Lee outfit with one camera has turned into what it is. And thank you so much to everyone who has devoted especially time and resources to make it what it is. But again, every single one of you watching, we and the bowlers appreciate it. It does so much for this wonderful sport of the Northeast. 5 and 10. Uh-oh, we got a substitution. This should be... Should be Marco Laughlin, as I recall correctly. Yes, 5 and 10. The wood is blocking his access to the left side of that pin, and it doesn't work out. Doug Holloway Jr. Can't get it to go. Tough split to work out of. And it'll be an 8-box. 67 for the half.
Our next match, A+ Accounting Academy Lanes, each winning the first 2 strings today.
262, 242 is the official score now. All scores are unofficial until announced otherwise. I say 200, it jumps up to 226. Holy smokes. You know what quality bowling is, and it's a pleasure to have you all here. And that is what I mean. Holloway Jr., that's not on a mark, excuse me, but now on a strike. 77 plus 2. Deroche with that spare. This mark situation is correct. And now a conference here on the 6, 7, 10. Well, the diagonal piece will clobber those 2 on the right side. Is there any chance that that middle wood might have its cap looking at the 7? If you hit both caps, does that right piece of wood trampoline off the wall, does it actually take the 6-10? Marco Laughlin stepping up to solve that puzzle and get ProsperityU back into this string. His shot offers on the right cap. It seemed in the area, it's possible he was trying to play the junction and the right wood did cover it, so maybe conjunction junction was there after all. And O'Laughlin will have to settle for 9 or 10. Gets the 10. Could be an important pin. ProsperityU, I'd say the pinning is about even. Actually, no, excuse me. ProsperityU is 6 pins to the good in terms of just the pinning department. So again, the pinning advantage there. So Avon Valley, if they start running dry on the marks, they'll have to rely on that pinning to make sure the gap doesn't widen more than that. Otherwise, that 20-pin plus lead, which is significant, could dwindle. Trying to hold at least 2 points here. Every point critical for the standings. Top 5 teams, based on points and tie broken by pinfall, will advance to the knockout round starting Friday afternoon, the third match of that day. Mr. Singles, Chris Ryder. That's my corny title for the World Singles Champion this year, defeating Calvin Locke in a thrilling showdown. Sam Dugue just 2, so that fizzles out, but still Avon Valley way out in front. Now at 22 pins, you figure a true advantage. Got to pin out that half Worcester. It stymied his brother earlier, and this time Sam shows how it's done. 3 straight marks, 56 and a ball at the half. Anchor getting it done. Well, that 4 and 5 spot has been instrumental in getting Avon Valley back on track. Ryder only now leaves a pin on the plate for a 49 half. That's their live viewer count indeed, 208. Thank you all so much. Paul was pointing it out. I know I just said it a moment ago.
Well, it should be a lot more next match. Academy Lanes, A+ accounting. That'd be a great one.
And probably even more so. I tell you, that final teams match, the World's Final, was a thriller last year. A+ accounting, the defending champions. But even now, if I've told you that, hello, 6-pin, are you going to fall over, please? I guess not, but yes, it does. Finally, at long last, Sam Dugue gets the strike on spare he probably deserved several seconds ago. Ryder can't convert, and now everything's swinging over to Avon Valley. Still significantly behind on total, but maybe if a strike doubles, the math could start swinging rapidly in their favor. 10. Ryder again, only 1 pin left standing despite no marks. Back to the top. You see it? 304 to 271. 2 strikes for Holloway Jr. and Sam Dugue. Ethan Deroche has that mark. He's had all his marks in chains so far, so one can only help but wonder if that's the start of another consecutive streak. And a chance for ProsperityU to stem the tide. Donnie Cox, a longtime veteran of the sport. 4 out, 6 remaining. I like that term, 6-pack. It's not a widespread Candlepin term, but it seems apt. We see that leave a lot. I've called it right side out as well, or left side out for the mirror image. I'm partial to 6-pack. Matt Schultz on the diamond carves out only the 4-pin. An 8-box and a 10. So 2-pin gain for Matt Schultz. An interesting chat here, Patrick and Micah, good to see you, about how to get the pin setters going. The big thing, I think the biggest obstacle to the obvious regrowth of Candlepin bowling, maybe not on the national TV levels it used to be, but the modest growth we've seen here and the sustainable community that we have now, is the advent of pin setters and arguably their maintenance. The maintenance side has a number of great people and great companies that can help keep the aging machines going for still generations to come. So Candlepin bowling is not going anywhere. And Donnie Cox is tacking a mark on, and Avon Valley is going nowhere in the string, it would seem. Schultz will not run down everything, even though he ran down the Horseman. So the biggest arguable, I won't call it an emergency because, again, Candlepin will not die. But what's stunting the growth is the fact that new machines are not being assembled for these pin setter machines, the Bowlmore machines you see coming down with their pin sweeps now. So the biggest problem to solve with free fall, whether free fall pin setters will be tenable again, really for any form of bowling. Mainstream 10-pin is having this problem as well, and duck pin, Sherman pin setters are not in production either. And obviously 5-pin and European 9-pin have solved that problem with string pin setters. But can free fall bowling especially Candlepin, which must be a free fall game with its live wood, solve that issue and once again have the opportunity to grow again? That's the big question as we celebrate the continued century-plus tradition of Candlepin bowling. 8 fill for Deroche, 62 through 6. Deadwood out in front. That'll have to be retrieved. Those of you newer viewers, now you know the lanes are not oiled. Spare try. Got it. Ethan Deroche does go back-to-back. So here we go again. Is Ethan Deroche about to start another lengthy mark train? 2 isn't big in its own right, but maybe it's only just begun. 22 pins up for Avon Valley with those 2 extra strikes. So possibly upwards of a 40-pin advantage. But if Deroche starts applying pressure, it puts the possibility of an 8-0 ProsperityU sweep back on the table. Gates. Trevor's got the 4-6-7. Big hit. Ethan has a chance indeed. He's got another 18 box. Split with wood. Split gets away from Gates. And this does not go, unfortunately, and Deroche's streak stops. That's not nearly enough forceful contact. And there's a 8 box for Gates. Deroche can gain another pin here. He will have to settle for the 9. So taking a look here, it is 13 pins to the good for Avon Valley plus those extra marks. ProsperityU a bit underwater here, although Deroche was cruelly denied here. Bobby Kyte had that spare in the first to start his string. Joe Markey swapped in. One more thought about pin setters. I've lost track of the history. I know there was a Z4 pin setter. And I think even Leda Lanes used at one point, but I'm not sure what became of that. I think there was a brief moment where maybe freefall pin setters were making a comeback, but my knowledge of this is foggy, I would say. We might have to ask one of those pin setter mechanics one day. Bobby Kyte has a bundle of 5. Markey's still struggling on that split. That's 2 accurate balls. Kyte just misses the object. Can he possibly gain? We're starting to get to that territory where the pinning might matter. I mentioned ProsperityU is doing well in the pinning department. 9's pretty fine out of that. Marks for Avon Valley, so they're way out in front. Kyte or somebody's going to have to do something for ProsperityU for the chance at the sweep, even though total is lopsidedly in their favor. They've done enough to hold on to that. Kyte gets triangle number 3, 3, 5, and 6. Greg Gouillart alongside Paul Grant here on Candlepin Bowling Network. Oh man, the harder pin goes out for Markey and the wood twirls away from the 10. Kyte got on the thin contact, I suppose, on the triangle. He got on his pocket, I was trying to say. I was trying to work out how that angle didn't work out. I guess too thin, according to the pins, and their opinion rules no matter what. 9 box Markey. Kyte picks a stick, that's 10. You see 11 pins, but now the marks are going to start pouring in and watch this Avon Valley lead balloon. Doug Holloway Jr., 4 marks and 6. Eleven pins is confirmed as the margin. All these bowlers committed to the end here. We're past the halfway point and the opportunity to substitute. Doug Holloway Jr. Crossovers leave Kings 5, 7, 8, 9. Thin contact. Laughlin spilled out that 5-pin. That's going to make this split even tougher. It's the 3, 7, 9, and 10. There's a piece of wood maybe that could help, but that would require quite a spin to get everything. It probably cleans out the 3 on the right side. What's the plan for the 7? He'll go low red line and take out the 3-10. Good news for Avon Valley, does not work out. Seven the strike fill, 7 the box. Box for O'Loughlin. That should be 58 through 7. Take that away. Now we're caught up. Mark O'Loughlin. Just triangle number 6. Doug Holloway Jr. 1-8. Still battling for pins here. O'Loughlin throws strike ball here. Hammer down these 7 pins. Could put ProsperityU back into this. Just narrowly missing the head pin, or on the crossover side of the head pin, excuse me. That is a hit. And Doug gets a 10. Challenging O'Loughlin for these pins. There is a plank out in front. Wonder if it's covering all 3. Right side of it. Bit tangled up there, so that'll only be 2 of the 3. Stay tuned, another match coming up immediately after this one here on Candlepin Bowling Network. Doug Holloway Jr., 3, 5, 7, 9, 10. Interesting wood. O'Loughlin, strike! Okay. That's Chris Ryder, excuse me, Sam Dugue. Big strike for Chris Ryder, second one. Sam Dugue on 4 straight marks. Can he negotiate that strange wood out front for the 7-10, trying to twirl it one way or another, and he ends up with an 8 fill on the strike.
I'll think about drinks in a second, sorry. I'm gonna go in a minute. Just the water is all I need. Water?
It's a challenging string for Dugue, by the way, who's hit 6 of 7 head pins. Sam has got 4 splits as well. Despite that, 4 marks. Actually spared on the one time where he didn't get that mark. All the pins have to come set on 31. Just a simple reset to do that. You see the WON Sports and Candlepin Skins. WON Sports, a local TV syndicate headed by Jonathan Rios. And adding 2 great Candlepin shows. Our Candlepins for Cancer across various bowling centers. And the all-new Candlepin Skins. The all-new Skins on Candlepin Corner. Here at Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire. That takes place on lanes 33 and 34. A storied pair of lanes with many great TV shows. including Channel 50, Stars and Strikes, with Dick Lutzk and Mike Moore from the 2000 aughts, the 2000 zeros, I suppose. Didn't really know that term until Brad Rutter uttered it during an episode of Jeopardy when Watson took on him and Ken Jennings. Back before artificial intelligence was really the buzzword. Ryder filling the strike, he's got 3. Dugue again splitting 3 and 1. He made a sensational one earlier. Misses it all together. Ryder needs pins on this strike. Card in the pocket, he thought. It's awkward for him. His ball goes right to left, so when that pocket is unavailable because of the missing 3-pin, you have to cross over to get it. And it's much more difficult to pick up sticks that way. But picking up sticks is exactly what he can do with at least this plank in front. Disappointingly, the wood does not cooperate as much as Ryder would have wanted him, and the singles champ will have to content himself with a 7-box. Taking a look here, we see 402 to 386. That is the official score. Donnie Cox, the only one sat on a mark. 11 marks to 4, so Avon Valley flooding the zone with marks, trying to hold on and get this 2 points away from ProsperityU, lopsidedly ahead on total. 27, it's 27 marks to 24 for ProsperityU, generating more of the advantage from pinning and on the follow-up bonuses. Cox loads 8 on this one, and the Avon Valley advantage is now 24. Chance here with a 3-6. Slips out of the hand somewhat and unfortunately hits the 6-pin. Eight box and 10, so tack on 2 more for Avon Valley. Pinning still 13 in favor of ProsperityU. Watch out for that if the marks start turning. They do need quite a few, though. Actually, they'll need 4 of this rate just because Avon Valley has so many. A couple of strikes as well. And Doug Holloway Jr. and Sam Duque with 4 marks each in spots 4 and 5, propelling the team on. Three pins out. Schultz has a single, and he's all over it. 88 and a ball. Capping off that string with a mark. And just shoring it up just to make sure ProsperityU makes sure of total. Well, that's well and truly out of range at this point, one would have to think. Donnie gets a 9. See the 88 there. Schultz will go ahead by exactly this bonus ball. Is this lead closer to 25 or closer to 15? It's off target and the fill is 4. The lead will be 21. We'll just check back in here. 429. Got the 10th frame reset animation there. From mainstream 10 pin still up there. The bowling pin waving its little stop sign paddle. 408. Obviously a 10th frame reset is not necessary in Candlepin. Not in the same sense as it would be in big ball. Ethan Deroche had a couplet of marks. He's been chaining marks and has 11 so far in this match. Is he good for another one? There's a plank covering triangle number 6. It gets around the plank instead. Trevor Gates is a bear to try and make. Hits it off the wall, not nearly enough velocity. That's just the way it goes. It's so difficult to get on the right side of that pin and cut it over, or to slam it off the sidewall for a bank shot, maybe. Neither way particularly likely. A 10 box for Gates. So 21 pins, Avon Valley holding tight. Pinning doesn't change there. Still 14 pins in favor of ProsperityU. Opportunities have been there for both sides. I think at just about equal numbers, if I'm counting correctly. Maybe exactly equal off the head pin. Deroche gets a strike. So, is that the spark that might fuel a Prosperity comeback? Gates, meanwhile, has 9 pins, throws his hands up, but I think he'll be a little more pleased when he sees that wood vanish off the back of the plate. Now he just has to avoid that channel wood. Don't hit that first or it's foul. Basic rule of Candlepin. Here it comes. We'll take a look here. That was a close one. And this is one of the great things about Candlepin. The bowlers have great integrity and will always call it as best as they see it. Taking a look here, that is fair and a spare. The contact looked simultaneous, and when the contact is simultaneous, the rule is very clear that that counts. So the bowler is expected to just call it as they see it. Sometimes there's a stigma of, oh, if in doubt, don't take it. That's not my place to dictate either way. The fill ends up being 2 in this case for 100. Ethan's got to fill more on this strike. Got on the head pin, and the fill is 9. Big finish for Deroche, and a 118 to cap off a 360 series for Ethan Deroche. 120 average. 451, 437 is confirmed. No hanging marks on either side. You can check out the scoreboard across the way. To those of you who are members of Candlepin Chat on Facebook as well, Andrew Medeiros has left a great link to the Cubica Systems online scorers, so you can see the scoreboards across all the lanes. I wouldn't recommend simultaneously watching this on this stream because sometimes it's ahead of what you may see on YouTube, but if you want to see lanes that aren't quite visible right now or see scores across other lanes, you can see the scoreboards. What it will not show you is things like that where Joe Markey gets a strike cruelly denied when the 5-pin gets hit twice. Still, though, a big opportunity to pad this Avon Valley lead, and it goes. Has to be filled, but that's a big pickup for Joe Markey. Now Kyte needs pins, 6 to get, still that 8-pin. I mentioned the ProsperityU pinning earlier, and that's pretty good for the third ball, getting half the pins. 7 does shrink their advantage in that regard, but they still have 11 pins. Now Joe Markey, with the lead immediately increased up to 17 because of that, the chance to fill and put Avon Valley back into the 20s, which would be a tough task for Marco Laughlin and Chris Ryder to follow. But Bobby Kyte has one more frame, and he's got one more chance to tack a mark on. Can he get the bookends? He started with a spare. Joe Markey again dealing with a dastardly split. 5 splits in this string. And a headpin perfect back half. Kyte will challenge with a spare. And the split doesn't work out, so now Markey has a puzzle here. Does he want to go for the 2 on the left side and at least make sure? Yes, he'll go for the safer seeming pins and gets the third ball perfect for a 9. 88's a tough string, but it does not matter. The most important ball is in your hand, an old chestnut Danny Finn told me once when I was bowling in a league with him. Whether it is how you start, and it's how you finish as well. That's one way to put it. So a match that started seeming like it was an inevitable ProsperityU 8-0 is far from it. Of course, ProsperityU deserves the 6 points, but Avon Valley doing well. How much can Bobby Kyte chip out of this 21-pin deficit? Bookend marks. Here it comes. Got the head pin powerful hit, and the fill is 9. Bobby Kyte improves to 104, and that'll be a 297. 297 for the player slot, excuse me. 12 pins now for Avon Valley, and that is gettable. It's Marco Laughlin and Chris Ryder will have to run this down somehow, and they're doing it against 2 powerful bowlers, and Doug Holloway Jr. first you see, and Sam Dugue in just a moment. They'll have to get 2 more marks somehow, probably. Laughlin's try. Got the head pin. The 6 pin does not go. And that is a painful development for ProsperityU supporters. Now how in the world does O'Laughlin get this? And the wood is perfectly vertical too. Maybe, just maybe, the pinning could work out. Holloway Jr. off target on the first ball. But now the second ball is good. Denied the spare. That would have been huge for Avon Valley, but the pins are there. 7 pin still is wobbling, but it does not drop. So Avon Valley will be more or less 12 ahead. We'll take a peek. It stays that way. 9 apiece. 12 pins. That's all it is. Laughlin has had 4 splits in this string, it has to be said. It hasn't really had a good look on the head pin, which it's tough. Leda Lane's pins aren't gimmies. They have softened up, I think you'll find. With repeated play, that's just how pins go. But just as soon as I say that, the Greek Church leave, 3-2. And Doug has got a 4-8. This looks very good for Avon Valley. It would require quite something here, as O'Laughlin turns to discuss with his team. Bobby Kyte you see in camera shot. And there's that world's huddle. Check back with your team. How are you going to play that shot? Because if O'Laughlin can turn the tide and get that mark, it would challenge Holloway to at least pick up that 2-pinner, which is simpler, but not a gimme. Good crowd here. This stream will disconnect soon once this rather climactic match ends. And then another match coming up next. We'll click that stream on as soon as possible. Please subscribe to Candlepin Bowling Network. Tell your friends, Candlepin Bowling Network. Subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you're notified about all our matches all this week. From the Worlds at Leda Lanes, Nashua. O'Laughlin not thrilled at how that played. Doug did not make his 2-pinner either. So at least it stays 2-mark advantage, and it does give the singles champion, Chris Ryder, a chance to possibly claw this back. The box is a matching 9. So here it is. 493, 481. And Sam Dugue with 1 more mark probably secures this.
Stay tuned for the next match. A good one. 5-time champion, defending champion, current defending champion, A+ accounting. Academy Lanes won in 2018, 2022. Next on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Back to Greg.
Ryder gets a split here. This will require quite something. Dugue gets his pins at least, and a 9-drop. How about that? Wood is blocking the way, but still, Avon Valley's going to have to find. Avon Valley should be in front on this. Ryder just on the object pin. And it's looking as though it's Miracle Zone time. That goes. Ooh, did that pin hit the 10 from behind? Dugue picks this up. I'll be very curious to see how exactly it went down, because it looked as though the helicopter actually swatted that pin from the back. Maybe I'm seeing things, but it got there. And it picks up 3 immediately, and now Avon Valley surely you would think, has this in the bag for the 2 points. ProsperityU will take the other 2 and get 6. Points determine standings. Pinfall tiebreaks. Top 5 advance in each division. Playoffs start Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Atlantic, or thereabouts, as soon as the matches conclude. Making good time today, I will say. So maybe it's possible that will only be an hour delay, if even. Maybe pace of play will improve even more than that. Dugue has a 6-fill, a good string working, guaranteed 120. Ryder sees the writing on the wall, and we can pretty safely award the points at this point. Sam Dugue, 6 pins down, doesn't get the mark. So thank you all very much for watching. Please remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon on Candlepin Bowling Network. You have to be logged in order to do that. But once you do, you'll be notified. Or just hover the Candlepin Bowling Network page. Find us on YouTube. Search it up. And we trust you'll be able to find our way to us. After all, so many of you already have. We appreciate you immensely. So that is that, an 8-box and a 7-box. We can put that in and we can take a look here. Final scores in the string, 516 to 496, and we award the points thusly. 2 points to Avon Valley for winning the string, 2 to ProsperityU for winning, and that is your final.
So Avon Valley with the 2 points goes to 10 and 22. ProsperityU improves to 13 and 19.
That's
in
right.
Day 2.
Another 8 points to award in just a moment. I think there's a lot of substitutions here. But I do want to highlight the Ethan Deroche 360. You see it there. I may even have not gotten all the asterisks there. The lineups are changed extensively. But Ethan Deroche with that 360 leading ProsperityU. And Chris Ryder, that 319, not too shabby either. Doug Holloway Jr. and Sam Dugue doing their best in the 4 and 5 spots. So you see it comes up big for ProsperityU. So I'll sign it off here. On behalf of Paul Grant and everyone here at Candlepin Bowling Network, my name is Greg Gouillart. We'll be back with another stream, a separate stream here on YouTube. See you then.